Game over.
Fuck! What the fuck? Fuck! Who the fuck is fucking? How did you do fucking fuck? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over. Game over, man.
Wait a minute. There's things here. There's trees. There's rocks. There's flames. There's squirrels. Come on. We'll bless them all until they get fresh naked. Join me. Why did somebody tell me my ass was so big?
I did not have a missing monkey on my bingo card this morning.
Go fuck yourself.
Mary Lipstick.
No. We're straight. Just marry.
Boy, are we in debt.
What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's pop the banner off.
Cheer 1,000 just for you.
Thank you, Gray Duckling. That is very, very generous. I appreciate that. We are $20 away from our goal today because we kicked a Rumble thing over since the Chevy JB put in 25 yesterday. It's really hard to do the math, so we just put that forward, and that's going to put an extra 30 onto the goal today, and so that knocked it down to 20, and we'll see where the 1,000 gets us. Thank you. I'm apparently dying. Oh, fuck. Well, how long have you got? Since when is that new? Anyways, in news, actual news. In recent events, we have a whole bunch of shit that I swear I am apparently a slob who just needs to clean up more. Why is the lint roller? Of course, I have to keep the lint roller over here because if I put the lint roller anywhere but in the farthest corner of the room, my daughter will decide it is a microphone and use it to go singing around the room, which wouldn't be a problem except then she covers it in hair, which defeats the purpose. Because there's a lot of cats around here. Anyways, so we have a star-spangled, fun-filled, oh my God, I can't believe it show that I literally, I spent a lot of time putting together, and then I tried to go have myself a bathroom break real quick, and unfortunately the quick part didn't happen, and so now, spoiler alert, I didn't get to put in a lot of description, but as you might have heard from the title, didn't we do this already? Because there's a couple of stories we're going to be covering that you'd swear we've covered this before. One of the big ones, of course, the House Speaker thing, which, again, it feels just like a weird deja vu. So we'll cover all that fun shit. And, oh, God, what was the other one? Let's load up the first hour stories because in usual form, I didn't get that done before loading a show. So let's pull out the first hour phrasing. Let's pull up the first hour stories. We're going to be talking briefly about a fluff piece that the Washington Post ran, because this story personally bugs me. Again, this is one of those things where it's not just the story, it's the way it's covered, the way it's framed, and the groups of people on the sides they're on and all that stuff. We'll cover it very quickly because it's not going to be a big thing. We've got a couple of extra bits in the rest of it. I really hope we get to that overtime thing because we have a fuck ton of shit to do that is just packed in there. So we're going to need all the time just to cover our stuff. And that's if we don't. And if we somehow, by some quack farting miracle, get through all that. Audio's back up if you want to get crazy with the sound bits, drops, and stuff, by the way. So yeah, if we get through all that stuff, we still have a shit ton of videos, and I might have to just start putting the overtime videos. I might just have to start making it all one show thing. Maybe cut out some of the stories. Just do some of the videos. I don't want to do one of those we sit and react to something the whole time because I feel like that gets boring. But some of the ones I have today, I'm just like, this is fucking funny. So we'll get into it. Anyways, a little bit of coffee to help wake me up. I did not sleep like I should have. I should have taken a nap, but I didn't. I chose to eat and then prep the show. And I can tell that I'm feeling sleepy because I noticed, I'm like, oh, I got about 45 minutes before I got to launch the show. I should get the description together. And I just kind of scrolled through some stuff, and I looked up, and I'm like, oh, I really got to go to the bathroom. I got to go do that quick. And then I came back, I'm like, ooh, we got to launch in 2 minutes. Trucker 18-Wheeler saying, hey, Johnny. Hey, Trucker 18-Wheeler, good to see you. We're letting everyone filter in. Happy to have you here. Happy to have you, sir. We are doing it. Things are happening. We're having a show. And that show that we're having is awesome. And then that happened. Anyways, so we've got all the stories loaded up. We'll be able to dive into those in just a moment. And like I said, just letting a couple people filter in, and then we're gonna really have to just kick it in the tires. And if you didn't get in here in the get, it's gonna have to start becoming a thing. Like I've been doing I like to borrow stuff from people that have been career inspirations to me. A lot of how I run a show now is stolen from Aaron, admittedly. And I took Corey Adams' filtering in thing. Unfortunately, I might have to just adapt it where it's like, no, man, you got to get in here right away. We get in here and hit it, but unfortunately, we don't have enough people to justify.
Fuck off.
I mean, I'd like to. God, would I love to take a nap, but I've got a show planned, and I've got a lot of stuff that I really like. Honestly, there were a couple times I didn't feel so good, and I'm like, you know what? We kicked the Rumble goal thing. We got like half the day in. We are doing it. That's right, St. Caesar. And so I was like, how about we just don't? We just take the day off. Just be a lazy piece of shit. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, I really don't feel good at one point. And I'm like, I maybe should. And I'm like, no, we can't. We got to do this. And then I got the show finished up. And I'm like, no, we really got, I want to talk about this shit. Some of this is exciting. So feel free to join into that conversation on the chat with YouTube, Rumble, and Twitch. Two of those being up on the screen, one of those not being up on the screen, but it's right over there for me, so I'll read it. Actually, no, it's over here for me. So, I mean, yeah, it's over. So I'll read it, and then, we'll add it to the show. So we're about to kick it off with our first crack open a beer, Johnny. I can't. It would make me pass out. Angry Saxon saying, must be in the air. I've had a fuck it attitude lately. It's entirely not in the air for me. It's not even a fuck it attitude. It's literally just, all right, I'll tell you the story that I told. I'll tell it to you the way I told it to April. So there's this really stupid game I love playing called Warhammer Dark Tide. Warhammer 40K Dark Tide. Yeah, I like playing it. It's a multiplayer game. It's fairly repetitive. Well, when you play those kinds of games, you can start having fun in the audio chat. And I do. I have a lot of fun in the audio chat. And so I lose track of time. And then I realize, holy crap, an hour's gone by, and I've had a blast, but I need to go to bed. So I stayed up an hour later than I should have, coupled with the fact I could not fucking get to sleep to save my life last night. I had to get up. It's like the scene out of The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. I have to get up 3 times a night just to take a piss. And it's like, dude, I have MS and I'm not even your age. I gotta get up fucking 5.5. The half is because we get halfway there and whoops. So it's painful. And I got selected to play the Tekken 8 beta this week. And congratulations, Saint Caesar. I'll say this. Budget used to be super, super friendly to that kind of stuff. But if I get extra money, I want to get on the Mortal Kombat game, and I'd love to play Tekken when it comes out. But I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it's all about taking care of the bills and the baby cakes, if you know it. And the baby cakes would be, by the way, my daughter Ivy. She be my baby cakes. And so I got to, 3 or 4 comes fast, bruh. Then you get the insomnia. Warhammer for you is what COD Modern Warfare 2 2009 was back in the day, staying up till 1 a.m. playing it. Well, and again, we're just talking about this for a moment to, hey, everybody, I guess we can do Kitty Cam since she's up here and we're letting people filter in and everyone enjoys seeing her. And we haven't seen her at all on the Steel Toe show, so for everyone that's missed her, where is your, I really should quit being a piece of shit and just put it on the... You know what? There it is. There's the cat. Hey, everybody. It's the kitty cam. Yes. You fluffy little bastard. All right. And, by the way, that's my heel. Halo 3 was also addicting. Look, what it is it's just a fun multiplayer game that's very easy to rub that pussy. Yes, massage the kitty. But yeah, it's just a fun multiplayer game. It's fairly repetitive. It's squad based, but when you have a lot of fun with it, you can just start, bullshitting in the chat, having a good time. It's, like I said, a goddamn good time. And we're going to pull the kitty cam thing off of here because I don't know if she'll still be up here when we come back from our story stuff. And when we get back from that, if she is, we'll see where we land. But good afternoon, everyone, says Mr. Q. Good afternoon, mediocre personality saying kitty. You know what? Since we're still on this, we're still kind of letting people pop in for a second. Did I have to burp? Excuse me. Apologies. Let's pop it back up. Kitty cam, remember, this is what your funding goes towards. It goes towards things like keeping the cat here. You can't bullshit in regular game chat these days. Too much PG. Oh, I beg to differ, Saint Caesar. I beg to differ. It is entirely possible. All right, I don't want to do a long segment on it. We'll see if there's any gameplay of the Dark Tide game, and if it has some of the gameplay stuff, I can easily explain. I just need a couple of seconds of it with maybe some dialogue, so I can explain. They have voices, all right, and the voices for the characters that you play, they have conversations and dialogue. And well, let's just say one of the characters I play a lot kind of sounds like a weird Hitler or German Nazi-ish impersonation. Let's see. Let's see if we have. Oh, there's a gameplay trailer. I don't know if we care about that. Gameplay, no commentary. That's what we need. Gameplay, no commentary. Full game walkthrough, no commentary. No, I don't want a game walkthrough. I just want gameplay, no commentary, high level. All right, this looks like it'll do it. This'll do us. Let's pop this off. We'll go here. All right, we'll rewind it just a tinge. We'll pop this up, and I might have to pull the audio down. Boop. There we go. So you're playing Aaron. Actually, honestly, I want to get Aaron to play the game. Stop the show. Why did Mikey say stop the show? Stop the show. You use that camera to watch yourself jerk off, says House Big D. No. I don't use this computer for that whatsoever. I literally treat this computer for the show and the gaming like I don't like opening emails on it. I don't want it to get dirty. So it's like, yeah, dude, going to Pornhub on that. That's what I have a phone for. I mean, why would... Oh, because then what if you have to just... All right. Anyways, so yeah, we just need a little bit of gameplay. If one of these guys has the German voice, we're good. The graphics on this aren't as good as on the game. Jesus. Is this an older version? Start talking.
Shadow operation! Literally!
Don't worry, you'll be
All right, come on. All right, never mind. I don't think any of these guys have it. You'd hear him talking already like, I really don't like the way this is going. Like, it's that kind of voice. I actually used a quote from the game this morning when I was talking about something where I was like, I don't believe the ass should be chewy. Like, that was an actual statement. Johnny Spank Bang is a better website. Spank Bang. Okay, there we go. Oh, that is a way older version of the game. Just looking at it in general. How old is this video? A year ago? Damn. Anyways, so it came out on console recently. I've been addicted to that, having a great time playing it. But like I said, stayed up an hour too late last night and couldn't sleep. So that's why I'm like out of it and drinking coffee. Chevy JB on Rumble saying, I'm so high, just read a half a page of instructions for the wrong model year. Like for a car or for like, are you building a model? Is it free to play? Asks Saint Caesar. It is if you have Game Pass Ultimate, it's free to play. I don't know if it's that way on the computer, I suppose. What game is it, says Fettuccine El Poo-Poo. It's Warhammer 40k Darktide. It's basically the same game as Vermintide, but it's in the Warhammer universe, so it's fun. It reminds me of a game that I called Mass Effect Multiplayer 3, or Mass Effect 3 Multiplayer, and it's a fun game, and I get distracted with it. That's how we got on the whole thing, and yeah, now I think we're good, caught up. Yeah, we're good. All right. So we should get into this first story quick. We'll get into this story quick. We'll bang through this thing real fast, and then we'll move forward. By the way, again, thank you again, Gray Duckling, for the 1,000 bits starting us off at the beginning of the show. That was immensely grateful. Thank you very much. Let's do the damn show. Now, the Washington Post is obviously a very liberal magazine. Magazine, news article, whatever, trash piece, whatever you want to call it. Point is, so them taking the side they did isn't surprising. But when I say to people, and people always say, oh, you're transphobic or whatever, I'm like, no, I'm not transphobic. I have no fear of them. I have absolutely no fear of them. And secondly, any issues I have are entirely rational. Because the issues I have are with, if you want to call them anything, bad actors in the trans community that never get called out. And one of the biggest ones, installing a bagger on a zero turn. Is it okay? Do I lose man points if I don't know what either of those things are? I mean, I know what those words are in context to stuff. I mean, I can understand what a zero turn would kind of maybe. I had nothing. And I'm feeling like, is that making me a bit of a pussy? I say as I methodically stroke a cat in my lap like some sort of Anyways, this story again, it bothers me a little bit. So let's get into it quick. If you don't remember, there was a whole hubbubaloo at the University of Wyoming last year about students that had a sorority, and that sorority was by no choice of their own forced to accept a trans female student into the sorority because of the rules. Well, the Washington Post literally ran an article on Twitter, or ran an article and advertised it on Twitter. I guess that's how I found out about it, was through Twitter. I refuse to call it X. I suppose I just did. I refuse to call it that other name. It's goddamn Twitter. Even everything else that references it will list it as Twitter, or we'll reference it as, and then Twitter in parentheses. So yeah, it's Twitter. A 21-year-old University of Wyoming student is looking for community. Instead, she faced death threats, a federal lawsuit, and an attempt to kick her out. I mean, doesn't that paint her as a horrible, horrible, horrible victim? Now, the funny part is they posted this again on Twitter, and readers decided to add context that they thought people might want to know. Number one piece of context they thought people might want to know: Artemis Langford is a biological male. That was, again, that's number one. And then the other part that they thought was relevant: the lawsuit was filed by 6 University of Wyoming women who sued Langford and the Kappa Kappa Gamma sorority over Langford's admission to the house, citing allegations that he had been, quote, voyeuristically peeping on them. So the short version of this story, I think that is the short, well, that's mostly the short version of this story. In 2018, the sorority changed its rules to allow men to join if they claimed to be trans. Langford used this to get a place in the sorority. Sorority members tried to remove Langford after a male pattern lewd behavior, but failed due to the 2018 rule change. 21-year-old Artemis Langford had been, quote, watching female members of the sorority house. It alleged that during one of these peeping incidents, Langford had a visible erection. It wasn't said up. Now we got to see. Now we got to close the kitty cam because I don't want people staring at my junk. And then we got to get way too on, how small is his dick? And it's like, I don't need that. Oh, John, I forgot to tell you, plastic dinosaur are made out of real dinosaurs. What? I didn't know that. I've melted so many dinosaurs in the microwave for fun. Actually, I've never done that. I've never used the microwave to melt things other than cheese. I thought you were jerking off or stroking yourself through your pants. Then I saw the kitty. Yeah, no, it was really all about the cat. That's why it's the kitty cam. Yes, you do. Google it. I'll Google the installing a bagger on a zero turn later. I will. Does he mean like a lawnmower? Like a zero? I don't know. She can't help it if she gets an erection sometimes. Look, she can't help it if she gets horny while watching the other members of her house and gets a visible boner. Also, she can't help it if she asks the other girls really uncomfortable questions about their menstrual cycle and just, sexual questions. That, again, the guy was being... Okay. This is where, again, you got to call out your bad actors. This person was being a complete creepo the whole time. And these ladies did everything they could to file a lawsuit again. And this is one of the things where a lot of the community jumps up and go, "Oh, we've got to defend this person." Like you do want to look at what they did, right? Like maybe you don't want them to be. Maybe they're not on your side. Maybe again they're waving your flag just to get certain advantages they want, and it really paints you in a bad light. But again, we can't have that conversation, so fuck me. So as I was saying. They filed a lawsuit. They came out publicly and they got shamed for all their trouble. The lawsuit got thrown out after the judge made them come out publicly. But the Washington Post runs the article of, oh, this poor person receiving death threats and just wanted to find a place to belong, but instead got rid. Like, no. They wanted to find a place to perv on women without getting in trouble for it. Again, if this guy had used cameras as opposed to just watching them change, if he'd put cameras in those rooms, we'd be talking about what a perv, what a people. But instead, it's just, no. He's not a peeper. He's not a perv. He's just a lady trapped in a man's body, and we need to be understanding. No. Like I said, it's too easy an excuse for people that use it to abuse it. But as Toastmaster said, she can't help it that she gets an erection sometimes. It's just difficult being a woman with a 6-inch clit. How do you push a button? At 11. So again, we hopefully have 3 hours in the show. Pretty sure we will be able to hit it out. We have a $20 goal. Hopefully going to hit that thing pretty easy. We'll see. That's just the first little story. Again, not surprised that it's happening, but it's gross, man. Another one of those situations where this person is a victim, but these 7 people over here, they can't possibly be. What horrible people they are. Anyways, the economy is kind of a shitter. So I thought, you know what would really help everyone feel better about the economy? If you saw how bad it was somewhere else. Because literally that's all we have. We don't have like uplifting news, but we do have it could be worse. And so for those of you who are like, hey man, life sucks, I give you it could be worse, buying a car in Singapore.
Owning a car in the tiny island nation of Singapore could burn a massive hole in your pocket, and that's before you get to the part when you actually buy a car. Let me explain. An immensely space-starved Singapore runs on a quota system. So if you want to buy a car, you must first bid for a certificate of entitlement, basically a license just to own one. Now, this is over and above a driving license, and it costs...
Hold on. A certificate of entitlement. Don't I just get one of those because I'm white? I don't know if you know this, but white people are naturally entitled. From what I've been told, I've been entitled my whole life. I've had privilege my entire life solely based on the color of my skin. So, growing up damn near homeless, suffering from quasi-starvation and malnutrition, all of that stuff, none of that counts because I was white when it happened. So what do you mean I need a certificate now? A certificate of entitlement? Singapore must suck. Do you guys not? They must not have any white people. Because if they did, they would realize that, excuse me, sir, do you not? I'm wearing my certificate. It's the same color as your paper.
Costs $106,000. That amount could fetch you not one, not 2, but 4 Toyota Camry hybrids in the U.S. And that makes Singapore the world's most expensive city to buy a car in. But credit where it's due, Singapore has an impressive local transport system catering to its 5.9 million citizens, connecting all parts of the island that can be driven across in less than an hour. Now, space is finite, which is why the quota system was brought in more than 3 decades ago. It limits car ownership to keep traffic in check and reduce emissions. So, owning a car in Singapore...
See, so there's only so many people in a given area. We should start implementing that. I bet all of those super duper butt breaking liberal people who just want us all to get along with Mother Nature, I bet they could understand that. Why don't we implement that into California? Like cities like LA. Like seriously, like some huge metropolitan cities, we can introduce this quota system where you guys have to pay regardless of what car it is. Don't worry about the gas emissions. Even you electric owners, I wonder how quick. Whoa, I have an electric car. What do you mean I need a quota? I'm already reducing my emissions. Like, yeah, but you still take up space. So what we're going to do is now, again, quota. So, because I haven't seen any of these these global protester people that do it publicly. They all want the attention. I don't think they want to sacrifice anything. And then if anyone is doing it willing to sacrifice anything, it's the people that are just like, how about we set a forest on fire to get a message across? Yeah, it's weird. It's like the planet's getting warmer. It's a shame we don't have any trees. What happened to those? We cut them all down? I'm sure some of them burned. All right, anyhow, that's, I think, the end of that.
One of the world's most expensive cities is not just a luxury, it's almost out of reach for many.
So there you go. It's not so bad, because in the U.S., you could own 4 cars for the price it is to simply own the right to own a car in Singapore. See, when you put it on that scale, isn't the economy great, you guys? Our economy's great. I could own a fleet of vehicles for the price that it would be to own the right to own a vehicle. I mean, granted, I don't live in Singapore, so I don't have that problem, and things still suck here. Oh. I just don't want to do stories about the economy, and people are like, is it because you don't understand economics? I'm like, half true. I don't understand all of economics, but the main reason I don't want to do stories about the economy is just, no more. Stop it with the goddamn money stuff, Joe. Stop giving out the money. It's our money. No, Ukraine. No. No. Israel. No, Joe.
Go fuck yourself.
That's my goddamn money. Oh. I'm white trash and I'm in trouble. Anyways, so let's get into our next little bit here, as we keep this show rolling for hopefully another 3 hours. This story, I actually was going to do. This is a local one, ping pong tournament, nets thousands for charity. I think there was something funny about it a while ago. We've got other stuff to cover anyway. I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision and just trash it. We're going to put that one in the bin, and we're going to get to this one instead. An Oklahoma teen is on top of the world after winning a car last month at a funeral 30 miles away from her home, fulfilling the last wish of a woman she never met. Not getting involved. Alrighty. So, again, a woman she never met. Did she even know about the funeral? How did she win the car? That and more will be answered in just a moment. An Oklahoma teen, miles away from her home. I'm very grateful for this. Gabriella Bondman, 16, of El Reno, Oklahoma, told Fox News. Every person that I have told about it has said, oh my gosh, that's what I should do whenever I pass away, or I should do something like that at my funeral. I think that's really cool to see something good happen and the effect that it makes on other people who weren't directly involved in it, just people who want to do good things. It's amazing. God, I wish we had a video of this because you sound like a douche. That's exactly the way Diane Sweeney of Oklahoma City wanted it. She died suddenly on July 7th of 2022, just a few weeks before had told her nephew that when she died, she wanted to gift one of her prized possessions, a 2016 Volkswagen Beetle, to someone who attended the funeral. You said you don't know the lady. Someone who attended the funeral. Everyone's super stoked on this random gift of generosity. Do you just go crashing random people's funerals? How many times, Like, did you show up to this funeral because you heard there was a raffle? Like, what's going on here? Like, did you see it in the paper? Like, hey, man, this bitch died. That's a shame. Ooh, but you might win a prize. I mean, all right, everybody. We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of Chuck. Fuck that! I'm just here to pick up the keys to his truck. I got ticket 201. It's the winner, baby. Woo! Just, I mean, come on. Okay. So, she died suddenly on July 7th. How old was she, and what did she suddenly die of? Sudden death makes me ask questions. She had a giving spirit, Sweeney's nephew Rick Ingram told Fox News Digital. She told a few of us her wish. I remember it clear as day, she said. Whoever comes to my funeral, I want them to have a chance to win my Volkswagen Beetle. And I said, oh, Diane, I'll make that happen. I'd like to assume for the moment she was telling Diane, oh, I'll make that happen because I will kill you in your sleep, Diane. I will murder you in your sleep. You will die, Diane. And then at your funeral, I will make sure someone gives away your car. But my point is, go to sleep, bitch. I've got a pillow. Go to sleep, Diane. Okay. So I'm taking this down a dark hole. We might want to stop. That's just gross. Wife to auction off husband's collection of 400 vintage irons brought him joy. Wow, vintage irons bring you joy. That's sad. 30 days later, Ingram got a call telling him that his aunt had passed away. Okay. Sweeney, who worked in biostatistics for an East Coastal pharmaceutical company, was not married and did not have children. After a successful career, his aunt decided to move back to Oklahoma and live a simple life. She valued a peaceful life. All right, great. She could have lived anywhere and driven any vehicle, and what she cared about was her Christian faith, her family, and her Volkswagen Beetle. So, didn't have any kids, so let's say the family thing. So the Christian faith died. All right, I'm going to just say 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Alrighty, so she also loved Sonic and Burger King. Fuck, we know what killed her now. All right, I don't feel bad airing this now. We're opening a picture in a new tab. We're opening this picture in a new tab. And then we're going down here. She could have lived anywhere. Ingram said he and his cousin Suzanne Singletary decided to make her final wish come true, so they reached out to the local news outlets to help get the word out. So you reached out to the local news saying, hey, my fat single cat lady aunt doesn't have any family and we're not really interested in her fucking car. So if you could come to this funeral and like you'll get a ticket, chances are you could win a free Volkswagen Beetle. I mean, doesn't that defeat the point? Doesn't that defeat? This seems like a ploy to have a lot of people be at your funeral. Yellowstone is Game of Thrones for rednecks. Change my mind. Dude, stop making me want to watch Yellowstone. It's Game of Thrones for rednecks. Wait a minute, what? Game of Thrones for rednecks. So let me put that together. So that's I'm the hand of my king. Ooh. I have no idea. I was trying to make a joke and then pulling your pud. I don't know. I'm tired, man. All right, fine. So, again, don't make me want to watch Yellowstone. I have had no interest to yet, but Game of Thrones for rednecks sounds really fucking entertaining. We're gonna invade them. Yeehaw! Anyways. Look, I'm just saying, winter is coming. I mean, just it's painting a picture is what I'm saying. I just a very vivid imagination and a little bit of sleep deprivation. Alrighty, so we put it in the local paper. Ingram said that her wish is that whoever comes to the funeral, and she didn't care if they knew her or not, or their age or race. Oh, but apparently she cared about the gender. You didn't put that one in there. What about their sexual identity? Would have a chance to win her car. Channel 4 picked it up and asked if they could do a news story about it. I said, absolutely. It'll pack the funeral home, which it did. Yes, with a whole bunch of people who gave not a shit about your aunt, who did not know her, did not care about her, who were literally there like, I want the car, I want the car, I want the car. There were probably even a few greedy pieces of crap that are there thinking, I want the car so I can turn around and sell it. All right? Unless you had it contractually obligated that they couldn't pass off the vehicle. Because then a charitable gift that they received that is like a low mileage car, although I don't know how low mileage it is. Anyways, 16-year-old Gabriella Bonham was one of the people who came to the funeral. I saw it on TV, and then we kind of just laughed it off because we were like, that would be so funny to go to, Bonham said. Yeah, that would be so funny to go to and try to win a car. What are you doing Sunday? Like, again, that would be so funny. And then I was like, can we actually go? Bonham talked to two of her older sisters and some cousins. And wait a minute, she talked two of her older sisters and some cousins into going with her to the service. And what started out as a fun adventure turned into a more meaningful experience than she ever imagined. I got questions. Did they pool their tickets? So no matter what our friend Bonham won here? I have questions. There, Bonham learned about the life and kindness of Diane Sweeney. No, she learned she got a Volkswagen Beetle. It was very interesting not to know her and to see her life through her family's eyes. I don't know if I want to keep going. Do I? I don't know. Let's see. First off, so again, this lady, let's go here. First off, let's go here. This gem, oh, I got to take the chat box down for a second. I'm sorry, guys. Boop. My bad. This lovely gem of a human being right here. Apparently, this lovely lady had a penchant for Sonic and fast food. Hey, and they've got the same raffly bindly thing that Aaron has. Again, we're like, I don't know, like 10, 20 bucks. I have to check the Twitch thing because it's a $20 goal for today, and I'm assuming that those 1,000 bits put in a dent. I'm hoping, and I'm praying, and I'm wishing and I'm saying. So again, this lovely human being, again, auctioned off her car to a bunch of people who didn't know her. And fortunately, this lovely lady, now remember, guys, she's 16. So keep it PG. Remember, she's somebody's daughter. She has a lovely white Volkswagen Beetle. I can say at least two things about this car. One, it's going to ride low. And two, guarantee you there's been no sex in it. Guarantee you absolutely no sexual fluids have been shared in that vehicle. So you get to be the first for that. I mean, because I'm betting, is 16 and I'm sorry, you'll grow into it, I hope. But at any rate, I'm sure someone your age, there's probably ugly dudes your age that are like, hey, I'll take a crack at it. I mean, I remember when I was 16, I wasn't too picky. My wife was someone's daughter. Yeah. I try not to think about that. I'll be honest, Fallen. When I think about your wife, I often try not to think about the fact that she was once someone's daughter. But that's just for me. Anyways, Yellowstone was badass, but he's probably right. Chevy JB agreeing. So, I'm actually kind of curious about watching Yellowstone. How do you do Game of Thrones for rednecks? That is a weird hodgepodge of a show premise. So it's like it's an island, but it's in Montana, and I'm getting too hung up on specific principles of this idea. Alrighty, so that is again the lovely recipient. I don't even want to keep going on this because it just seems like very nice of this lady. I'm shitting on this lady. It is a very nice thing to do to give away your car. But like I said, how many people were in that raffle hoping to win that car because they're like, dude, I win that car, I can just turn around and sell it. And then I've got I can turn around and sell it. It's worth what? Depending on the mileage, it's worth anywhere from 4 to maybe 9. Maybe 9. And so you say you net $4,000, just quick $4,000. A net $4,000. Just turn around. Oh, I got $4,000. Nice. And nobody, like I said, what was the insurance policy that someone who got this actually needed it? That's again, I just Saint Caesar saying Game of Thrones for rednecks would be Wrath of Lich King Classic has started an update. Dude, I don't play Wrath Classic. I play WoW. I don't bother. It's the rest of it, yeah. Let's put the chat box back up there. Game of Thrones for rednecks would just be Napoleon Dynamite, would it not? Were there other factions in Napoleon Dynamite? I really feel like Napoleon Dynamite, it just, I don't know. I don't know that circle squares. Let's get to this video. I've never wanted a car for the stupidest reasons more in my life than I want the one we're about to talk about. And the theme of today's show is, haven't we done this before? Or didn't we do this already? Because we're talking about, thank you, Voice Crack. Didn't we do that already? We're talking about several topics today that we've kind of, haven't we done this before? Like the first one we opened up with, where haven't we done this before? Where this happens, that happens, whatever. This one, remember when the big trend was Domino's had their cars with the warmers in them for delivering pizza? I did not know this. You want to know how to square a circle? Use a smaller square. Thank you, Fallen. Also, if you didn't know, Johnny, 1883 and 1923 are prequels to Yellowstone. Good to know. Good to know. I don't know. I don't have Peacock, nor do I want to pay for it, so I need to find bootleg Yellowstone. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm gonna land too, because I don't want to pay for Peacock. I don't want to pay for Peacock. And was it you have to have Paramount Plus for the South Park thing? I don't want to pay for Paramount Plus, but I really want to see Into the Panderverse, man. I want to see that one, something fierce. All right, so let's get into this story. Now, like I said, I've never wanted this a car for stupider reasons than the fact that this is just an old school.
This is Domino's 1985 Triton A2 pizza delivery car. And yes, it's up for auction. Only 10 of these rocket ship-like cars were ever made in the 1980s.
It looks like a little piece of pizza on the move. I want this fucking car. I mean, I've never wanted to own the Wienermobile, but I've always thought, like, that's a funny car. This one, I'd actually want to, like, dude, I want to drive around this. I want to drive this thing to a Pizza Hut and place an order and tell them to put it in the warmer. I'm going to Papa Murphy's. I'm like, put it in the back. I'm cooking it on the way home. This is a great car.
And just a few survive today. The Triton A2 was originally commissioned by the founder of Domino's Pizza. It had customized warming ovens in the rear to deliver pizzas around Ann Arbor, Michigan.
So wait a minute, just around Ann Arbor, Michigan? Jesus Christ. Where are the warming ovens? I didn't see any warming ovens. It said had customized. What do you mean had? If I'm buying the car, I want the pizza warming oven. That is a distinct feature of the vehicle.
Where Domino's is headquartered.
Watch out, spotted .06.
At the time, futuristic cars and space motifs were all the rage in pop culture.
Oh, God. Holy
this Triton,
Jesus.
for instance,
Holy
was built
Jesus. Holy gee. All right, I don't even want to go back to it just because for a moment there with the E.T. segment, I just, I didn't realize that E.T.'s finger really looked like a dick. Like a really weird, spindly, just tree branch dick. And, yeah, ooh. You can't fit 6 million pizzas in those ovens. Fallen, I don't need to fit 6 million pizzas in those ovens. I just need to fit in, like, you know, one large deep dish for me. You know what I mean? That's all I'm looking for. If Aaron sees this, he would try to eat it. No, he wouldn't. He would not try to eat the car. He would try to eat the pizza if there was pizza in it. Easy there. Rusty Grammer saying, Paramount Plus has a lot of good things on it. Well, worth it. The new Beavis and Butthead alone make it worth the $5 a month. Well, I didn't realize it was only $5 a month. I don't know. Think about it.
In 1985, the same year that the blockbuster hit Back to the Future was released. And in another blast to the past, it was Domino's Pizza that campaign staffers reached for when President Joe Biden, then a senator, announced his withdrawal from the 1988 presidential election.
Announced his withdrawal from the 1988 presidential election. If only he had learned from that point on to never enter presidential elections. Well, we were having fun with that. Thanks, guys. You had to bring Biden into it, you dicks.
Will announce that he is quitting the campaign.
Again,
the
oh my
Triton
God.
A2 boasts 80 miles per gallon fuel efficiency.
I wanted the car because it was a funny gag. Now I just, wait a minute, 80 miles per gallon? Chevy JB was saying, I was born in 88. Pizza. I was born in 82. And I'm like, hey, I wouldn't mind this car. This thing looks incredibly ugly. And it's a one-seater. And I really kind of like the cockpit feature where it slides open and closed like a space fighter. But I hate to say this, with this economy, I see 80 miles per gallon, and I'm like, I would love to drive this car. $80 miles per gallon. Oh, man. Even if it's just for grocery getting, or in this case, pizza getting. That's too good. That's too good.
According to Bonham's Auction House, which sold a similar Domino's car in 2019 for nearly $45,000.
Shit.
Mecum Auctions did not provide CNN with an estimate for how much it expects this Triton A2 to sell for when it goes up for auction in Las Vegas this November.
Domino's Pizza delivers.
Even the car's current owner admits, though, it's pretty terrible to drive and probably wasn't that great at delivering pizza. But it does look awfully cool.
All right, so wait a minute. It's terrible to drive, but it looks cool? Well, now I don't want $45,000 and it's terrible to drive. Imagine the amount of pussy you can land with that ride. It's gonna be weird, like, because to take her back to your place, you gotta be like, all right, now, I'm gonna slide open the cockpit here, and you're gonna hop into the warming tray section. You know, I want to keep your pie at the appropriate temperature, lest bad things happen. I don't want to grow, bacteria. Someone could get sick from eating it. All right, so this is weird. Well, this doesn't even really seem like a seat. Well, it used to be where they kept the oven. You want a clown car? Because that's a clown car. Well, I mean, I gotta admit, I was joking about wanting to own it, and then I saw the 80 miles per gallon, and I have to admit, for some weird reason, my bank account and my dick got hard at the same time. And I went, all right. Like I said, I was jokingly saying I wanted it if it still had the warming oven and stuff. The oven keeps the rigor from setting in. Oh, no. And no, it doesn't fall in the grate. Rigor does not set in due to temperature. Rigor sets in entirely due to biological factors. Heating the body up would not really reduce the rigor. Declassified Croc saying, it rised my dough. Max speed, 20 miles per hour. Wait a minute, what? They didn't cover that. They just said 80 miles per gallon. I assumed it wasn't going to be breaking any land speed records. But 20 miles per hour? Ugh. You could keep the pickle bread warm on the way to Aaron's. Yeah, if he would stop. That son of a bitch must have figured out I was going to give him that pickle bread, and he knew that I was going to give him that pickle bread. He's like, I'm not going to let Johnny fatten me the fuck up. There's, two hot ladies. I'm going to have one here on Friday and everything. I got to look good for all this. I'm like, God damn it. I'm trying to because I'm tired of being the fat one on the program, and working out is not working for me. So I figured if I can't succeed, I can sandbag somebody else. If I can't win, I can make all of you lose. It's called America in 2020. What do you want? It's 2023. You have any thoughts on that? Not really. Anyways, so yeah, we got that covered. We'll go ahead and close that. Let's get to this last one. The other reason today is called, or today's show is titled, Wait, Didn't We Do This Already? Jim Jordan loses second vote for House Speaker amid steep GOP opposition. It's almost like nobody remembers, and was it even a year ago? How long ago was it that we were literally going through this back and forth to get McCarthy in there? Like, oh, this, that, they got to make this deal, they got to make that deal. Fuck you. And all right, let's hold on. We got St. Caesar saying, order Casey's breakfast pizza tonight and take it to Aaron's tomorrow. He can't resist then. That requires three things that I don't have the willingness to provide. One, I have to order it online and prep it and stuff for tomorrow. Two, I have to pay for it. And then three, I have to actually get it and bring it to Aaron's. I don't want to do any of that. And plus, why would I want to pay to give him Casey's pizza? You know what I mean? Like, fuck that shit. Fuck that noise. I mean, I was going to give him a loaf of bread because when I make my pickle loaf, I can end up cranking out 2 loaves, and it's easy to slide one off to somebody else. Shit, I gotta go turn the sauna off, says Fallen. All right. Oh, wait, no, the sauna's different. Now you got water. It's a little different. I mean, anyways, do we need to be discussing this? Probably not. So let's get to the next thing that we wanted to talk about. Jim Jordan losing that second vote. This is, again, in my opinion, when they ousted McCarthy, I was like, didn't we have a stupid, and I mean stupid long battle to get McCarthy in there because you guys couldn't agree on that. And you thought, let's take another crack at it because absolutely nothing's different. Riding Dirty Llama saying, hello, Johnny. Hey, Riding Dirty Llama. Good to see you. God, I love that coffee. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and click this up here. And boom.
Are you going to stay in the race?
We're making progress. I feel good about it. We're going to keep going. I've had great conversations, great discussions with our colleagues. And frankly, no one in our conference wants to see any type of coalition government with Democrats. So we're going to keep working, and we're going to get to the votes.
No one in our caucus wants to see a coalition government with the Democrats. Right, we can't have the government working together. Things might actually get done. Now, if we had a coalition government working with the Democrats, they might be willing to, work with us on the budget, and we work with them on maybe some social services things, kind of one hand washing the other. But it's a lot more convenient if we just stalemate the son of a bitch. Toastmaster saying, well, if last time was the precedent, then 10 votes ought to do it. Yeah, so we've only got 8 more to go. It's weird to feel mentally superior to the people in charge. It is, because I'll admit I'm tarded. I'm full on tarded, and the people in charge are making me feel like some sort of idiot savant at this point. We're going to get rid of the speaker. We're going to get a new speaker. That's what we need. We need a new speaker. Right. How did voting for the speaker go last time? Horribly. What will be different this time? Absolutely nothing. So how will it go differently? Meh. You didn't see this happening? You didn't see, one vote didn't work, 2 votes. Like they said, buddy, strap in for the long haul, my friend, because Representative Jordan, you're about to play your fever game.
How many ballots are you willing to go through?
Until we get a speaker. We got to have a speaker, and it can't be some deal with the Democrats. I mean, American people don't want that. They elect Republicans in a majority. Small majority, I get it. But we got.
They elected Republicans in a majority, small majority, I get it. No. That doesn't mean the American people don't want you to work with Democrats. That means in certain areas, more Republicans got voted in than Democrats. Working together is actually how the government, again.
Got 200 votes in the first ballot. I think that maybe even is more than what Kevin got back in January. It was right about where Kevin was. Gus Billaracis is a vote for us. That's 201. We've had good conversations. We're going to keep working.
But if it goes beyond 20, can you sustain this?
Joining me now is Republican Congressman Ken Buck of Colorado. He did not vote for Congress.
I don't care. We don't care. All right, let's pull up the Twitch thing and check our Twitch stuff. And, I should check this, too, make sure I don't have any KBS issues, because that'll kick me right in the old dick hole. The urethral sounding, as some would say. Oh, wait, that's actually, that makes sense. All right, let's go ahead and pull this little thing up there. Where's the doohickey with the doodad? There we go, dashboard. And let's see where we're at on the old thing with the stuff. Boom, there we go. Today already hitting in on 10, so that means we're down by half, 10 to go for overtime. It's gonna happen, baby. I have faith. I believe. Today's goal, $10. That's amazing. We are $10 whole away. And I have so much shit to do tomorrow. All right, so let's go there and that. And I think that's all of them. Boom, it is. Bing, bang, boopity boop, boop. And we'll link these. Again, these are in the chat description as well. So you can use those there if you need. And there we go. Boopity boop, all in, all three. There you are. And like I said, $10 away, overtime, go to 5:30, the whole thing, too.
Cheer 100.
Oh. Fettuccine El Poo-Poo summoned that out of me. That was not me. I did not want to do what just happened. That was Fettuccine El Poo-Poo. Thank you for the 100 bits. All right, so there we are. Back to the things with the stuff, kicking it off for another hopefully fun 2.5 hours. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That'll be painful. Let's not do that. All right, so we got that done. There's that. Are we in the? Oh, we got to load the second hour stories. That's why we're all done with the first hour stuff. Just started the second hour. The second hour stories right on time. Let's drop the audio down for just a second while we pull up our second hour stories. Now, we've got a story about some squatters in Florida. That'll be one of the things we're talking about. We've also got a... Oh, yeah. We've got a story about a super fit mom, and this is one of those ones where I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. This is a you thing, and that's not okay. There we go. Tyson Foods, the people that make your chicken. Well, people that run the poultry farms, they kind of have a new premise that they're looking to get into, and having a true friend like you standing. Oh God, that's right, and that is painful. Since full remarks for arriving in Israel. I don't know if I want to do his full remarks because it just looks so unbelievably boring. But there was someone who had a collection thing I might go through. All right, so 50 minutes in this hour and lots of shit to do. So we should probably start schlepping right on into it. The first story... Squatters, homeless camps are apparently ravaging a neighborhood. Paid cleaners are apparently physically ill from what they're seeing in this community in Escambia County, Florida. It is seeing an increase in squatting activities as homeless people camp on private property with little repercussions, according to witnesses. There are so many people going back and forth, it's ridiculous, Brent resident Gwen Gibson told the Pensacola News-Journal. I have been on the phone with the code enforcement and the sheriff's department. There are at least 15 to 20 people constantly walking down to my driveway.
Please no Biden Party 100.
Please no Biden Party 100. The Biden clip, we can see what happens. Revolver Doggy, hello from Israel, my friend. How are you? I don't know. I'm all right. Why are you tuning into this program from Israel? Seems a weird thing. I'm guessing you want me to pick a side. I don't think you'd like my feelings on the Israel situation. So I'll just simply say, we'll see you later. Well, don't worry. We probably won't get to the Biden video. I might pull up the short clip one because, again, the only part I really wanted to talk about in the Biden thing. You know what? Let's get through the squatter thing real quick, and we'll just kick Biden through. All right. Community Escambia, Florida. Gibson lives next door to a plot of They're walking down my driveway to get to their camp to buy drugs, prostitution, whatever they're doing back there. Ugh. Gibson lives next door to a plot of land owned by the Merrill family, which has been the site of a homeless encampment in the recent years. The Escambia County magistrate ordered the Merrill family to clean up the tents and trash by April of this year, which was delayed for months until August when local businessman Collier Merrill began removing the debris and forcing some of the campers off the property. Why is it there? Again, these squatters should Merrill said he will now remove the squatters by whatever means, according to the Pensacola News-Journal. He has also posted no trespassing signs on the property as well as security cameras, but has not yet called the sheriff's office to trespass the people, according to the outlet. So wait a minute. There are people setting up tents like this, and you're not doing anything about it? Again, they are literally graffitiing the porta potty that is their only means of remote sanitation. Hard to imagine. Just weird. Just can't be... I will say it clear. I put politics far as I can from Twitch. Well, Revolver Doggy, interesting. I like that. No, I don't really care about your opinion. That's sweet. So just again, it's weird to jump in. Hello from Israel, my friend, is a weird one. But again, good to see you. Glad that you don't care about my opinion, because quite frankly, my opinion doesn't matter. Anyways, so let's go ahead and skip this one. Well, I mean, skip. We've pretty much finished it. So yeah, there's squatters in Florida. They are really, really, really getting bad. Where's the part where the cleaner said they were ill? We had it solved when he cleaned it up for the most part, and most of the people left, she said. Now, once again, everybody keeps blowing smoke. All Merrill has done is make it a real nice place for them to live. The longer they wait to move, the more people who come. Gibson said that the squatting and homelessness issue near her property have even led to sickening scenarios. Some of the squatters allegedly used a tree on Merrill's property as a bathroom, which Gibson could see from her kitchen window. When hired crews worked to clean up the property in August, she said some of the workers became sick from the job. Gibson added that she also deals with constant trash and fires built by the squatters near her fence and has even found people passed out from drugs or fights laying on her property. Other residents and political leaders in the area say that the homelessness and squatting issues are getting worse. That is the biggest number one problem in the country, Escambia Commissioner Mike Kohler, who represents District 2, told the Journal. There's no other complaint I get more than what are you doing about the situation? And I know the other commissioners have been getting it too. Right, I don't understand why the person, why is the person, can he just start shooting people? No trespassing signs. It sounds like he's gone, just about every way he could have. Before COVID, they would have been deep in the property, and there may not have been as many, Day said. They would have been working hard to keep their encampment hidden from everyone, so it's just not in your face. That's the result of what happened with COVID and the new normal that developed during COVID. Once again, thank you so much, liberal establishment that forced lockdowns and mandates and all this. We keep hearing about the new normal of COVID and just, aren't you glad at the extent we went to get rid of Trump? Oh, boy. Rusty Grammar, I would. Fuck him. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. I would, Trump's lockdowns. I will say this. The lockdowns did happen under Trump. I won't deny that. The lockdowns did happen under Trump. They also maintained after Trump. It's really weird. Again, and that's the other thing, too, with the lockdown stuff. A lot of the Republican people wanted to just open up and let Trump wanted to let the states do whatever. And Florida was like, hey, we're staying open. We're not locking down. And other states were like, we want to stay open. But then you have ones like ours where our governor, our very Democratic governor, was like, no, I'm gonna have to use my my special powers, because I'm one of the X-Men. I'm gonna have to use my special powers to just say no. None of you can open up, and none of you can go to work. And if any of you even dare to try, it doesn't matter if the people are behind you. It doesn't matter if the communities are behind you. It doesn't matter if everyone else agrees with it. Hall monitor Walls wants to make sure that we do what he wants to do because he's keeping everyone safe except for the elderly people that he kept locking in with sick people deliberately. Mr. Q, it's Charlie. What? It's Charlie? Who's Charlie? Anyways, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and move off of that. That is creepy. I don't even know what that is. All right, I'm going to just... Sometimes you see a picture and you're just like, wait a minute, what? We were going to do a thing when we got done with this story, and I was like, yeah, we'll get done with this. Oh, yeah, we're going to go into the Biden thing quick. So let's go with this, and then we'll go like that, and we'll do it this way because I'm pretty sure they had that right there. It is. So if we have a clip of it, they'll have it right here. All right, so we have Joe Biden talking about he went to Israel, and he told the Israeli prime minister the attack on the Gaza hospital was done by the other team, not you. And now videos have come out reportedly showing the explosion was in a parking lot and the buildings are intact. So the hospital attack was done by the other team. So they just, what? They lit a bunch of cars on fire? Alrighty, so violent mobs have taken to the streets outside American, British, French, and Israeli embassies across the Middle East. Thousands of angry people mobilized by the story that the Israeli airstrike hit Gaza, hit a hospital and killed 500 people. Joe Biden says the evidence suggests the counter reports of the explosion coming from a failed Hamas rocket launch are true. Okay, wait a minute. What? We reported earlier on the evidence the explosion came from Hamas and was then used by Hamas's propaganda to incite riots against Israel and its allies, a strategy that worked. Channel 12 in Israel also caught video of the incident. Okay, so there are also videos coming out that allege that a parking lot, not the hospital itself, was where Hamas rocket landed, bringing into question the massive death toll being reported. Palestinian authorities are the ones reporting the death toll. Okay, so then who cares if Joe Biden said we thought the other guys did it? Full footage from the no impact craters being. So yeah, we just have Biden being. All right, we'll play this clip on Biden saying the other guys did it, which again, the whole thing is such a clusterfuck that I'm literally like, the other guys did it. What do you mean the other? I don't know who the. How are you saying anyone did anything? I can't make out which side of what is happening. But the biggest problem I have with this is again. This whole speech, he looks like he's about to fall asleep. He's staring at his cards, and the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, is talking about how proud he is to have the American president here in a time of war and showing support and faith and how much it means to his country. And I'm literally watching that guy saying it, and I'm like, and it looks like you're talking to a grandpa who's just about to go. He has no engagement, and when he talks, it's just as empathetic and as emotionless as empathetic is wrong. I don't know. He's devoid of feeling.
And outraged by the explosion at the hospital in Gaza yesterday, and based on what I've seen, it appears as though it was done by the other team, not you. But there's a lot of people out there not sure. So we've got to overcome a lot of things.
All right. again, like I said, I just looked at the evidence and the stuff provided. It seems really, it could go literally flip a coin, all right, and watch it land. It could go either way. It could be a failed attack from one guy that hit the fucking parking lot next door. It could be the whole thing. Operation Warp Speed, his baby too. He probably got all the shots. I don't know about got all the shots, Toastmaster, but you're right. Operation Warp Speed was his baby. That is where I want to have respect for Trump supporters. And one thing that'll be interesting about Trump going forward, if Trump is going to stay in the election, what's going to happen when they start holding his dick to the fire on all of the COVID stuff? Just because, again, someone who runs on the it's the best record, I can't do a Trump to save my life. It's the best huge. It's the best record. It's the greatest record. It's just fucking no, it isn't. You literally okayed shit that was not okay. And that's where, again, in my opinion, you could earn a lot of points with just a little bit of humility. Be like, yep, fuck that one up. You know, you can't get them all right. It's a team sport, he thinks, was Phil Simholes. Right, yeah. It couldn't have been any number of bad actors in any event. It's just, apparently it was the other guys. I just feel like he's falling asleep, and I'm embarrassed that it's like, hey guys, that's our dude at the front, like rah charge hooray. That's our dude. Didn't trust them is a trap. This is fun. All right, I must have missed that one earlier. Anyways, let's move on and cover this one. Super fit mom to be is lifting weights at the gym while 36 weeks pregnant. Look, I get it. You want to stay fit, and part of me wants to give you a lot of respect for that. But one, this ad blows, so we're going to just skip it and go to the video. Dude, no. You have a baby. How about you just take it off? Like the workout, not the clothing, the workout. You take the couple of weeks off. You've got things to do. Where the heck is this out of? This can't be America. What's wrong with you? Super fit mom to be lifts weights at the gym while 36 weeks pregnant. She wants to squat. She wants to squat out that baby. I mean, dude, you are going to rocket that kid out of your vagina like you wouldn't believe. Like you've set your vagina up like a fucking like a ping pong ball gun at this point. There's pressure on the back end, and it just boop, and it's just gonna launch out of there. What's wrong with some light vacuuming? This was fill some holes. Light vacuuming? No. I said. Thank you for the 100 bits, Lab Glass. Let's check where that is. Nowhere near it. We're not going to worry about it. Nowhere near it. And don't put the phone number up there. We don't know that that's accurate. We have to get the right phone number before we have that. Again, like I said, dude, she's... Oh, God, it's in Thailand. Of course it's in Thailand. Of course. Like, in America, I was like, how the heck does this get by? Your personal data options, deny. We'll just call it that. There we go. Boop. Why am I not surprised that in Thailand it's like, no. You're 36 weeks pregnant. You got to get to the gym and keep it fit. Like, I mean, just, In America, it's like, no, you're 36 weeks pregnant. You shouldn't be leaving a bed. Now I got to show this to my wife and ask her what's her excuse. Wait a minute. Is your wife 36 weeks pregnant right now? Because I feel like it doesn't matter if she was and she didn't work out, then it doesn't matter now. Like, I mean, now it doesn't even matter. Because what you did then is irrelevant. All right? You just move on. Who cares what? But I mean, you want to hold her account for not working out. Like, you had a kid 4 years ago and you're like, hey, she should have made up for that difference by now anyway. So, look, I'm saying it's just the time, the statute of limitations on not keeping it tight. Like, how long are you willing to wait? Because I know I ain't going to keep on that one for a while. I don't give a shit. Wait a minute, what's along with some light vacuuming? And then, there's the sticker thing. Okay. Again, I don't remember the vacuuming joke. Alrighty, so, let's get through this story quick. And then, we did the Biden thing. Oh, God, that one's going to be fun. Okay, so 6 French airports briefly evacuated after threats of attack. 6 airports across France were evacuated on Wednesday or today after emailed threats of attack, a police source told the AFP. I assume that's the Associated French Press or whatever that we're reading. The evacuations at Lille, Lyon, Nantes, Nice, Toulouse, and Beauvais Airport near Paris would allow authorities to clear up any doubts that the threats might be real, the source said. The incidents followed other bomb threats in France since Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel and Friday's fatal stabbing of a teacher in the northern city of Arras by a man claiming allegiance to the Islamic State group. Again, like I said, just winners on both sides. The Palace of Versailles, one of France's most visited tourist attractions, was evacuated Wednesday because of a security scare for a third time in 5 days. So it's popping off in France. All over this shit. So I guess you don't want to fly in France. I was really hoping we'd have a better reason. I was hoping for like some sort of computer problem. I was kind of like, how much you want to bet? It's threats of violence because you tell me the airports aren't opening them. Why aren't they? Well, we found out. Alrighty, so a spokesman for France's DGAC Aviation Authority confirmed evacuations over bomb warnings. So at least the plus side, the bomb warnings, I guess, since the story is there were threats and not actual bombs, we can say, hooray, at least at least it just held up people's plans and not actually, like, blew up people. There we go. Next video is her pulling a truck with her teeth. Wait a minute, who pulling a... Oh, yeah, dude. She's pulling a truck with her teeth. She pops out that kid, and that kid is doing, like, fucking butterfly curls and shit. Oh, man. Dude, I want that kid to come out and pull her by the umbilical cord. Wouldn't that be great? That baby just busts out and then starts just gets to work. You know, just make it happen. Thank you, voice crack. Speaking of making it happen, a lot of people want us to lower our carbon footprint, and the number one stickler that everybody can hang up on is air travel. Well, hey, everybody, we've got a solution. And once again, didn't we try this already? I'm just speaking out now. If you can figure out where this looks like it might have gone wrong, feel free to add that in the chat.
It's a fast ship. It's a high-speed rail of the sky, flying at about 80 miles an hour.
UK-based company Hybrid Air Vehicles believes it has a solution for climate-conscious travellers of the future, even if it might look like something from the past.
It's got a lot of heritage back into airships, there's no doubt about that. It sort of looks like one from some angles. So we've got a little bit of public heart. Sort of.
It sort of looks like one from some angles. Let's jump back 10 hot seconds. Toastmaster always said Hindenburg, right? It sort of looks like one, guys. This sort of looks like an airship. Yeah, this sort of looks like an airship. It sort of looks like a pair of tits. But you know what? It doesn't look like anything that we've used as a mode of transportation.
It looked like something from the past.
Yeah, see, those were only one cylinder. This is two. I get it, you guys. There's a similarity, but really, it's a huge difference. That was one. See, that was one long cylinder. This one is two. Again, this one's more like a pair of tits, guys. Totally different. Totally different. I mean, I can I get the confusion. All right, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying, when you take the time. It is literally the same thing. And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, but 80 miles an hour does not sound very high speed travel. Don't airplanes clock more than 80 miles an hour? Riding Dirty Llama, how did they get my torpedoes on film? Riding Dirty Llama, no offense, if that's what your torpedoes look like on film, I could use that movie. No reason. Jokes. All right, let's go ahead and take this one on the roll. Let's, again. It resembles something you've seen. Really? It's just a side-by-side. It's a double D.
It's got a lot of heritage back into airships, there's no doubt about that. It sort of looks like one from some angles. So we've got a little bit of public hearts and minds to win over, but the reality is 3/4 of it is standard aviation technology. It just comes in a slightly strange shaped wrapper.
3/4 of it is state-of-the-art technology. Okay, I love how we did that. Now, I'm one of those weird people. When you tell me, hey, man, 3/4 of this ship, state-of-the-art, space age, it didn't exist until yesterday, technology. 3/4 of it are so unbelievably star-spangled awesome that you will shit yourself when you find out all of the amazing things that this pair of tits can do. But I have one question. So 3/4 of it are super star spangled amazing. What is the 1/4 that isn't new age? The 1/4 that maybe isn't because if I remember correctly, your predecessor had one flaw, and I'm just worrying if that flaw might still be a part of the problem here. Have you ever wanted to ride on the world's largest suppository? Again, is this an airship model or a sex toy? I can't tell.
The Airlander 10 is designed for short-haul and regional journeys. It's filled with helium, which is more expensive, scarcer and less buoyant than hydrogen, but is also safer as it's not flammable.
It's going to be about 300 feet long, longer than a 747, lifts 100 passengers.
Getting on board, you're going into a spacious cabin. So there's lots of light coming in, it's quiet. You can open the windows. You can get up and move around the cabin. Every seat's accessible to the aisle, accessible to wheelchairs and people of more limited mobility.
This technology would not only mean less noise, less chance.
More limited mobility. All right, so we're talking about wheelchairs, handicapped people, but let's be honest. You're also talking about fat people, right? You're talking about let's say the biggins. Limited mobility. Yes, this looks so open in here, so available. No stairs, anything like that. But hey, how much? You go at 80 miles an hour. Don't know how much time we're saving here. Helium shortages coming soon. Yeah, helium shortages are kind of on the rise already. So you're saying you want to build this thing out of an extremely rare resource. Okay. So unless we start learning how to separate water into helium, what are you going to do? By all means, wow me. I'm still waiting for the butt. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop because this sounds great. It's super green. It just it's moving at the speed of smell. Rewind. Okay. Wait a minute. What?
Longer than a 747, lifts 100 passengers.
Getting on board, you're going into a spacious cabin. So there's lots of light coming in. It's quiet. You can open the windows. You can get up and move around the cabin. Every seat's accessible to the aisle, accessible to wheelchairs and people of more limited mobility.
This technology would not only mean less noise, less chance of turbulence and unpressurised cabins, HAV also claims the carbon emissions would be 90% lower than the equivalent journey on a conventional aircraft.
Some of the early customers that have come to us have said, well, what about putting 16 people on board and taking them on overnight cruises? It gets people to parts of the world that are really hard to get to, and it's done in a way that minimises the impact on the environment you're going through. The very first Airlander aircraft coming off the production line will be going off to do those sort of jobs in places like the Arctic.
Okay, so I just realized something. You said we can open the windows. So does that mean we can have jumpers? Open the windows. Oops, one fell out. See, was fill some holes is right on it. Open the windows. So you're going to have people that literally are going to choose to K themselves by jumping out of your aircraft. Awesome. Awesome. Or you're going to have some asshole that's doing it for TikTok clicks and likes, and they're going to do it and film themselves. If I had a sandwich in front of me and it was 75% ham and 25% shit, would you call it a ham sandwich or a poop sandwich? Zen Rhino, I'd call it a shit sandwich, but that's just me. But I get the point you're making. It's the same one I'm making. Look, it's a little too easy to be like, 3/4 of this thing, state-of-the-art technology. What's the 1/4 that's not? All right? I feel like we really glossed over that one just a little too quick.
Or on safari, it doesn't restrict itself to operating from runways. All it needs is a relatively flat space, and that space can be sand, it can be grass, it can be water. So we can create new connections for people, getting them closer to where they want to get to.
Despite some previous setbacks, HAV states it's the only company in the world to have successfully flown this type of aircraft, and is working towards commercial production of the Airlander 10.
Our plan is to be delivering at least 24 of these aircraft per year into the market from later this decade.
Look, do I think those things could be cool? Yes, I absolutely do. Would I totally take, like, a voyage on one? Fuck yeah. I totally would. But again, that's, what's the third? What's the quarter that's not wizardry, you retard? Who are we talking? Are you talking about me? Because, like, I am. The first 9 didn't go so well. Right, number 10's been a beaut. Number 10's been amazing. You just, again, you guys, we got an uphill battle. We got to win the hearts and minds. Yeah, because I don't know if you've known this, but we kind of moved on from blimps for a reason. They just, like, dude, Goodyear's had one running for a while, and other than Alex Stein being a pimp on a blimp, I don't think anyone in this day and age is really making blimps sexy. I really don't. I think you got Stein, and then that's it. Oh, dude. Shit. Someone needs to reach out to Alex Stein. He needs to get them to give him one of their blimps to promote their shit, and he can be a literal pimp on a blimp. Wrong button. Helium and plastic, at least that's what I'm guessing. Yeah, it's largely helium and plastic. I don't know if you guys know this. We've gotten to the point where we can make glass and plastic a thing. That's why this phone does this. And you fold it open and you fold it shut. And I inadvertently flashed a picture of my adorable baby girl. Too bad. So again, I totally believe that we can make this thing and it can actually work. But I kind of like the Titan submersible. But should we? And again, this whole it's high speed, but it's moving at 80 miles an hour. I feel like planes go faster than 80 miles an hour. Just weird. Mr. Q, flipped out. I'm sorry. I don't know what you mean flipped out. The quarter of technology is wizardry. Oh my God. It's like a retard getting humped by a football or a boat falling out of water. Right? But those are all peachable fences. Love Gino. Anyways, so we covered the French airport thing. Let's check on the Twitch situation quick, and then we'll go back to the old business of doing business. Let's nerd and nerd. Yeah, and we're two more in. So getting closer to killing that last. We got like $8 left to go on the goal. We're gonna make it happen. Awesome. All right, so we have a video that I'm going to love making fun of. And before we do that, in a very you have to eat your meat or you can't have your pudding moment, we're going to talk, if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding. All right, so how do you expect... Thank you, Lag Blast. I was doing that that song bit, and that came in at just the right time to be creepy. So a lot of you guys might remember we've had problems with the whole food production line, the whole farm to table thing. We keep having these farms go up on smoke and catch on fire, and now poultry farms have been having these problems. Chicken production plants are taking a shit, as you just heard, saying they're going to cut back like production and stuff. Well, don't worry, for those of you being like, well, what am I going to do to feed my family? Tyson Foods is opening up a bug protein plant, so get ready. Mealworms. They're what's for dinner. Thank you for the dumpster fire and the 100 bits. This was on Twitter, posted by several people, but meat giant Tyson Foods reveals new insect plant in 2025. So, no, I don't want to subscribe to this. All right, so Tyson Foods is buying a steak.
Fuck off.
No, I'm not going to fuck off. This shit is gross, and I don't like it. Look, I'm not saying you can't eat bugs. Plenty of people have as an emergency food source. Bear Grylls speaks the world of it. But I'm just saying there's a certain level of sophistication and a certain level of society that comes from not eating bugs, or at least having the option to not eat bugs. Now, if you want to do that, that's you. I don't want to do it. You want to have chocolate-covered crickets and tarantulas fucking till the cows come home, man. Wash it down with a glass full of, of fucking turtle semen. I don't care what you want to gargle with. My point is, it tastes great. My point is, again, I don't want it for me, all right? Import third world, get third world. I mean... kind of. Do you like gladiator movies, says Aristocox. What do you mean? Why are you asking that? What do you mean, do I like gladiator movies? I love the gladiator movie. I wish we could use the homeless people to engage in real-life, modern-day gladiatorial sports. Think about it. We offer them everything they could want. Drugs, comfortable lifestyle, handies, whatever it takes, right? Right? And all you got to do is you got to win in the games, right? It could be like a Hunger Games thing. I don't know how we had the Hunger Games happen. Jennifer Lawrence and all of her hotness walked through all of this. And we didn't go, you know what we have in San Francisco and all of these cities? We have streets full of viable contestants. I mean, come on, man. Bring on the games. Will I be in it? No, because I'll go get a job before I end up on that stuff. But if you're going to end up in that place, I mean, throw your hat in the ring. I got tins of Met dated 2029. Need to buy more. Okay, small egg picker. Thank you, Aristocox TX, for joining us on joining us on YouTube. Have the windows around. Now I'm getting confused. Love to have everybody watching on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being part of the program. Again, $10 or less from knocking out that goal today and calling it a goddamn good day in terms of that. We'll go on until 5:30 if that happens. Probably just going to ride it out there. It seems like we got a little bit, we got about an hour to knock that $10. I think that'll happen. All right, so it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and my voice won't stop cracking, that has tremendous growth potential. Oh. And we see Prodix as being a leader there. Tyson CFO John Tyson said in an interview. Tyson said, in the long run, insect protein inclusion in animal feed diets can be a real thing that exists and can be one that is good for people, plant, and animals. All right, so wait a minute. You're advertising this as we're feeding it to the animals. Well, okay. Feed the chickens the mealworms. They need that protein. That's what makes them nice and healthy so I can cook that bird. You know what I mean? Canned meat for the win. There you go. Canned meat. You can't have it a pudding if you don't eat your meat. All right. I'm sorry. I'm just really stuck on that one. But even in this article, they write, slowly but surely, the World Economic Forum and major corporations appear to be resetting the global food supply chain. WEF has been very vocal about how the masses must give up beef because cow farts are polluting the air and instead eat insects. Right? The masses, and that's the thing. That's the fun little linchpin. The masses must give up the beef. Well, what about you guys? Well, fuck that. We're in charge. Are you kidding me? Steak is delicious. I'm not giving up steak. I have freeze-dried meat, shelf-stable, 25 years. Well, there you go, Fallen the Great. You're never going to go hungry. If they're making bugs to feed animals, cool, but humans end up on the list of animals, then fuck you, Klaus, says Toastmaster. Again, I'm not against people eating insects. There is plenty of nutrition in them. There's nothing wrong with it. There is a stigma about it, but many third world countries, again, don't have that stigma, but there's a reason. There are some third world countries that have things like dirt cookies and gutter oil, okay? Look, I'm just saying, just because they eat the bugs and you can eat the bugs doesn't mean it's a good idea. Chop the homeless up, feed them to cows. People who have homes can eat burgers and steaks. Perfect incentive to keep a job. See, that doesn't really work, Saint Aren, because I don't know that the cows are gonna go for homeless meat. And also, I don't think there's just not going to be a lot of meat on those bones. When have you seen a just giant, obese, like, like junky. Like, no offense, when you go up and down the streets of Kensington, name one time you saw someone over a bill just walking around. I mean, every single one of those people looks like they are a deflated helium balloon. Drug-laden cows. I mean, yeah, we do have that problem. We're injecting so much shit into the cows now. I mean, do you want to eat them? And that's the other thing. How do we know these cow farts are caused by all the stuff that they do naturally? What if it's being caused by all the shit we're pumping into them? Does a cow in a field fart? That is the question. Do any of us care? All right. So again, Tyson Foods just kind of slowly and they see a lot of growth potential in the prospect of the insect protein market. And when you hear such wonderful, whitewashed, socially acceptable terms like insect protein market, you don't think, oh wow, they're totally just lubing us up to shove this idea right up our keister. Yeah, we're not gonna have to. Oh man, welcome to our Thanksgiving celebration. Now, if you'll excuse me, we've got to pull the wish legs off the grasshopper on 3. 1, 2, up. We broke it. That's interesting to me. We're going to throw out the meat. We're going to go and embrace eating bugs. Great. You guys realize there are certain things like holidays and stuff. I don't know. All right, everybody, gather around while we carve up the Christmas cockroach. I want me some of that thorax meat. Saint Aren, protein milk. No cow was touched to make this. No bull. Link, please. I want to see protein milk. Let's see, Mr. Q. Fried grasshopper in molasses syrup. George Super Floyd was not a skinny man. Yeah, dude. He was also not like a strung out junkie. Okay. He look. Look, do I think George Floyd's condition largely caused by the introduction of drugs into his system? Absolutely. But here's what I won't say. I won't say he has a junkie's body, because he doesn't. You also wouldn't see someone like him just, again, meandering, like I said, the streets of Kensington. Real authentic taco toppings. Wait a minute, what? Toastmaster, where are we getting these authentic taco toppings? Bug protein milk, cockroach milk. I mean, I'm getting grossed out at the idea of them milking a cockroach. I'm telling you, fried grasshopper and molasses is the new meal of Canada. All right, Mr. Q. I'm going to look this up, because I do not believe for the life of me that there's any way people are eating fried grasshoppers. In molasses. Let's see. And then what we want to do, Canada. Boom. How to get rid of grasshoppers, 7 natural ways, threaten to eat them. Nova Scotia, memories of days gone by, grasshopper. What the fuck is this? So, adventurous foods to try from around the world. Gone, natural grasshopper elimination. How many calories are in fried grasshoppers? All right, that's a lot of interest. All right, so I'm not seeing any articles about it specifically being a thing with Canada, but I will say images for fried grasshoppers in molasses. There are a couple of people that say the easiest natural trap is a molasses trap made up of 10% molasses and 90% water. Sweet-smelling mixed trick willow trap. All right, so that's how to get rid of grasshoppers. How does molasses kill grasshoppers? What? The grasshoppers will be attracted to the molasses and will drown in the solution. Oh, my God. So you're just what? You're just putting a molasses trap out by your garden and now you're just making it dinner? Does food-grade diamectus earth kill grasshoppers? I don't know. How did grasshoppers get into my bedroom? That's fucking gross. What kills grasshoppers instantly? A lot of things. Stepping on them. Pesticidal soaps. Yep, that's not gross at all. We don't need that one. So yeah, I got nothing on cricket thighs in butter sauce and parsley. See, the best part of having crickets for dinner is that after you eat them, you can take their legs and you can play them. Casey Anthony, those grasshoppers. What the fuck are we talking about now? It's from an old book, Western book. It's a thing. Yeah, there's a thing about, there was like a poem or whatever about grasshoppers and molasses. But, yeah, I just, I couldn't find a specific thing. Luke Duke saying howdy, everyone. Hey, Luke Duke, how you doing? We are, oh, wait, hold on. All right, never mind. We have our goal met for today, so everything else that goes in is just going to go towards tomorrow, so thank you very much. Thank you. I believe Mr. Q is your screen name. Thank you for that. We'll go ahead and clear that out. Today's goal is Dunsky, so we'll just do that, and we'll put that at this, and we'll leave that alone, and we'll see where things land. Grasshoppers and molasses. I'm in Texas, and I've never heard of anything like that. Yeah, I have also never heard of grasshoppers and molasses. Apparently, it's all the rage in Canada, and it's actually fried grasshoppers is a thing. I don't have in molasses. Here's my thing here's where I land on eating bugs, all right? We as a society have actually been doing it for a while in terms of lobster. I don't know if you know this, a lobster is just a giant sea insect. And lobster is great. Shrimp, another thing. Again, awesome. But the problem I have with like grasshoppers and stuff is now we're getting to the point where the bug is so small that when you remove the chitin or whatever, the fucking shell, there's not a lot there. I don't know, man. I've heard of bees getting in your honey, but that's it, says Luke Duke. I mean, I haven't even heard of like, yeah, but do you eat the bees in your honey? That's just extra protein. I mean, I don't know. It's crazy what happened to Kiki when you talked about it on Steel Toe. I quit watching Keanu Cast last night because of the Charlie thing, says Mr. Q. Yeah, it is crazy what happened to her. I'm glad that she's okay. I felt weird making fun of it. Like, I know, again, I've met Keanu briefly in person. I'm sure she has probably no idea who I am. But just, again, to see someone, like, just audibly and visibly that distressed over what's happening around them and just being like, oh, my God, I don't know what to do. Like, that, it weirds you out, man. It makes you feel fucked up. And I also, again, watching that, I went, I don't know, man, how do you live there? How do you stay there? I ain't got them problems here, but that's why I never have to ask my question how I live here. Ain't got them problems. Ain't nobody got time for that. We got an hour and a half left in the show. Thank you, Mr. Q, and everybody who's contributed. Again, seeing you this weekend, that will be awesome at the show this weekend with Chrissy Mayer and the others. I haven't been promoting it, but then from what I understand, I think I'm mostly just showing up just for fun. And because, let's face it, who won't show up for a free meal when you're on the boss's tab? Yeah, I'll take a steak. And how about a mixer? Oh, all right. No, I'm probably just going to have a pizza. But definitely going to have me one of them Jameson and Gingers. It's been a while since we did anything but beer. You know what? I said I wasn't going to drink. We're out of coffee, as I just proved. So, and I do have a beer over here. Fuck it. We got a goal covered. It's celebration time. Because I got to finish off this case and drink another one before it goes bad. Because I have this horrible thing with letting shit go bad. It's going to be sold out, like 20 tickets left. Yeah, it probably is going to be sold out. I don't... Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, a cord for my speakers dangled and my foot hooked on it, and I tried to adjust myself, and my speakers started moving, and it was like, what the fuck is going on over here? I apologize. Fuck it, it's hump day, says Luke Duke. It's not even that it's hump day. It's just, dude, like, it's aggressive with the economy the way it is to get things done, like when you got to ask for money and then you got to make your show go and you got to pay your bills. You got to get everything done. You got to watch your friends deal with the same stuff. It gets rough, and to be done with that for today and all of that and like, hey, whatever, let's have a beer. Oh, I started drinking at 9 this morning, and I'm doing pretty good. I've only dropped my phone like 14 times, says Luke Duke. Look, guys, I'm doing pretty good. And as soon as I figure where the hell I put my car keys, we'll be gangbusters. No, Luke. No. You don't be those darn feet trying to steal the action. Dude, the feet aren't trying to. They just they hooked a speaker cable and just it's just one of those things you have problems with when you don't have feeling the way most people do. Anyways, this next story is a fun one for me. This lady put this story on TikTok. Now we're gonna just tell you the highlights before we kick into this story. This lady went on a date. She ate 48 oysters on that date, and then her date ditched her. Who's the asshole? I ask you. She ate 48 oysters. 48. That's gross. And I don't know if they were raw or cooked. She went straight home and shit all over the toilet, says Luke Duke. Well, we'll let her tell the story as I'm sure you'll understand as soon as it kicks off. There's something to be said for the eye of the beholder. And take it away from Atlanta, Georgia. I don't remember her name. Chick who ordered oysters. Go.
Yeah, so today I linked with this nigga I met a few weeks ago out with my friends.
Wait a minute, you went what?
A few weeks ago out with my friends. This nigga been texting me for weeks talking to himself. Why I didn't block him, bitch, I don't know. But today I was bored and I had time, so he texted me like, can we meet for drinks? And I'm like, yeah. Meet me here. They got the best fucking oysters in Atlanta, like, hands down. So I'm like, yes, I can get some content. Come on. It's so good.
Those look like raw oysters, man. Those don't look cooked at all. Those look like oysters. Oysters on the half shell on ice are delicious with a bit of Tabasco and a squeeze of lemon. Riding Dirty Llama, that's what she's doing. Oh, damn, says Riding Dirty Llama. Yeah, she went there with it. Here's one thing I'm noticing about this lady's story. She's saying this man asked her out for drinks, and she immediately upped the ante to a restaurant that has the best oysters in wherever. That oyster looks so nasty, you better learn to swim, says Luke Duke. That oyster looks about as good as an oyster can look, because oysters are nothing more than just literally brainless muscles. A oyster, a clam, whatever, it's just a brainless muscle, all right? It's like a tibia or whatever. Or is that a bone? I don't know, like a hamstring. Again, it's just so when you have it raw, it just looks like snot. 48 fucking oysters. That's got to be $200, right? I'm guessing. Oh, and dude, that's not the entire dinner bill, by the way. That's not the entire dinner bill. And hey, don't talk about my wife like that, says Fawn. I will talk about her any way I want to. Anyways, so she ate that. She's gonna get into everything else. And again, she's surprised the guy bailed. The price tag alone. 48 of them, though, I can eat maybe a dozen at the most, says Riding Dirty Llama. Look, she was putting them down. So that's 2 trays. That's 24. Here we go, tray number 3. The slurp is making it worse, okay? I'm sorry. The slurp is making it worse. Just, it looks gross. It looks like, I'm sorry, it looks like a loogie on a dish, okay? It does not look appetizing. I'm someone who enjoys different foods, and I'm normally like, hey, man, don't rock it or don't knock it. Don't rock it. Don't knock it if you like it. You do you. But just, oh, God, man. I enjoy clam chowder. I like scallops. I love bacon-wrapped scallops. But this, good God, it looks gross.
Yeah, when the fourth one came out, he was looking at me crazy. I didn't give a fuck.
He's looking at me crazy. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, he's looking at you crazy because he thought he would pick up the bill and hopefully you'd maybe pick up his member, if you know what I mean. Like a little bit of like a little this for that. And then he realized, holy shit, this bitch not only knows what I was expecting, she's going to take me to the cleaners, whether she me or not. I'm like, screw it. I am not paying this much for whatever pussy I'm about to get. Sounds like a happy finish, says Luke Duke. Oh, I can take down 24 easy, but my bank account says 2. Oh, Luke Duke saying, sounds like a happy finish. I mean, let's fill some holes. You are crazy. She's probably good at guzzling other things. Here's what I'll say. If you've watched her slurp down 3 trays of oysters, here's one thing I can guarantee. With a little bit of lemon and hot sauce, jizz probably about the same, right? I mean, consistency a little different, but overall flavor, I mean, what are we talking here? Oh, God damn. Ooh. Whoa. So when how horned up was she after? We'll have no idea because she went home alone.
Like, baby, you invited me out. I'm gonna eat, and I was coming anyway. But I ain't gonna lie, no, I wouldn't have did all that, but I did do all that. It was so good. I was not expecting it to be that good.
Oh my God, you suck at talking. All right, so for those of you who might not have understood what she just said, she said, you invited me out, I'm going to eat. Damn. I mean, I knew they were good, but I didn't know they were going to be that good. So she ate 4 plates of oysters, and she's not done yet.
Oh my God. It was just so good. Like, I had to. It was so good. So after that, I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat?
I'm like, baby, what's next? What I'm about to eat? You need more? She must be so horny, says Rusty Grimmer. Yeah, she's so horny, she got some crab cakes and a side of potatoes. I think this guy realized that she was just more into the food than him, and he's like, fuck it, and he felt like the third whale. She must be a whale. Really? Well, I'm going to say this. Fallen the Great. Toastmaster, that's when you go to the bathroom and don't come back. Hey, don't spoil the ending to this story. You keep that surprise to yourself, Toastmaster. All right. Fallen saying, oh, snap, Sandy, is this you? Hey, is this you? But here's the thing. You can't say that, oh, this lady must be like a whale or must be. No. The guy inviting her out had met her previously, asked for her number or given her his, either way. And they had established connection after meeting face to face. So they had an acquaintance before. So if she was a plus lady, you saw that going in. And if she wasn't a plus lady, you had no way of knowing this was about to happen. She just kept putting them away. I said, where are they going?
Potatoes, they were so good. And the crab cakes, everything was so good. 10, baby. Why the fuck this bitch ass nigga say he going to the bathroom and never come back? The fuck? I'm like, hold the fuck on. It's been like 10, 20, 30 minutes, bitch. What the fuck this nigga at? Had to end up grabbing.
Again, where the fuck? Remember, now, if I were to refer to any of these people of what's up with it, I would be fired, canceled, so fired, because I am a hateful bigot, because I use that word and it only means that I can't stand black people in any way, shape, or form. Yet they're allowed to just refer to each other that way all damn day. It's really weird. It's just confusing.
A tab, bitch. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah, bitch, I'm so glad bitch keep me some money, because what? That was crazy to me.
I'm so glad bitch kicked me some money. Wait a minute. Did that guy kick you some money? Or did your friend kick you some money? Have another dozen drinks, says Was Fill Some Holes. Hey, yeah, ma'am, I don't know if you know this, but after downing 4 plates of oysters, followed by an order of crab cakes and a couple of drinks, I feel like him leaving you with his one drink is not really that offensive. I feel like he probably didn't do anything that horrible to you, because again, looked like $11. The mayonnaise sandwich, says Luke Duke. What's the mayonnaise sandwich? Oh no. Let's go back. It was $11 for the tip. I hope you didn't spend $11 on that meal. Oh no, it's the volume, not the timing of this. I want to go.
End up grabbing a tab, bitch. Nigga left me with his little one fucking drink. Yeah. Bitch, I'm so glad bitch keep me some money, because.
Yeah, so that $11 is the tip. She paid with a card, because that's a.
What? That was crazy to me. And I said, bitch, you run out on the tab. He's talking about, I'm offering you to drink.
I offered to take you out for drinks and you ordered all that food. I can Cash App the total for the drinks. Right? Yeah. And you know what? I'm on his side. Running out on a tab is crazy. Running out on a tab? Whose tab? Oh my God, running out on a tab. You and your $8 drink. I'll have you know, running out on a tab is unforgivable, sir. You're the one who ate all the food, bitch. Guy left her a tip, but it wasn't the one she was wanting. Oh. No, dude, she didn't even want the tip. I'm sorry. I'm getting the gist from this story because she said from the get-go, she's like, I told my man for drinks, but I don't know what I was thinking. Like, again, this is someone burning on somebody because they got ditched and they don't want to feel like they were the one who was passed up. No, again, I didn't do anything wrong. No. You just thought that this guy would just pay your way. And again, as he said, I offered to take you out for drinks and you ordered all that food. He didn't want to pay for none of that shit. And he knew how that was going to go at the end of the night. If he made you pay for your food, you weren't going to eat anything else, if you know what I mean. And if he paid for your food, he wouldn't be affording anything less the rest of the week because you kind of ate him out of house and home. She got her drink on and her eat on and bounced. Well, actually, no, she paid the ticket and bounced. She got her drink on and her eat on, and he bounced. He literally said, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then he bounced. And I am in favor of it. I will eat you before bugs, says Chevrolet JB. That is vaguely concerning. I am mildly concerned for my own well-being because apparently I am food now. I don't know if you know this, but when it comes to being a prey animal, I don't have any sort of fleeing ability, and I don't really have any fighting ability. So basically, when it comes to most people, you know, the situation shows up, fight or flight, and for me, it's I'm fucked. All right, so let's go ahead and pop back here. We again going until 5:30, which means we have a little bit over an hour, and it's. Where's my lighter? Oh, there it is. It's on the other side. It's 4:20, and because the show's funded and we're having a good time and just enjoying ourselves, 4:20, we're going to have a little smoky poo. Thank you for being part of the show. On to the next. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, I got to hit escape. There we go. Oh, we got to pull up our third hour stories. I am always surprised when I don't set off a smoke alarm down here. It is like I have no idea how I've gotten away. Oh, wow, I wasn't paying very much attention. I've been drinking all day. All right, Luke Duke, I'm going to just assume you know what you're talking about. Riding Dirty Llama with some stuff in the chat. Kirk Allen saying parental advisory. I mean, you shouldn't be watching this show as a kid. We are marked as a adults-only program. Mostly because I love doing that, and I don't want to apologize for it. God damn it! It's just a goddamn medication. All right, so let's clear out the second hour stories again. Second hour stories in the bag. We are on to the next. In the third hour. We're going to talk about we lost the Israeli guy. Like, hey, your buddy from Israel, and then just didn't hang out. All right, we've got a UPenn donor backing out of donating to the University of Pennsylvania for a reason like you won't believe, and then we have the U.S. military talking about interactions with the Chinese Air Force. With civilian aircraft, so that's going to be fun. All right, we got a couple other things here. A man claims a bird targeted him for multiple attacks on his way home from work. We have a story.
Is on deck.
Oh, where are we at? Is it? I'm betting you. Nope. That's this one. Nope. Now this one's going. Too many noises. I am tired of you guys auto-running ads. And, of course, this one, too. Where the fuck is this other thing playing in? What? Oh, good God, I hate you, Fox. Fucking A. Seriously, man, I'm wondering how, because let's talk, let's brass tacks here. We know who's running the bank accounts. How have they not sued you for literally raping them for money, Fox, with your bullshit advertising crap? Because YouTube can't allow people to run ads multiple times or things like that. There's something sketchy there, but when Fox does it, then it's okay. So we're going to cover this story and then move into the rest of our show. Again, thank you for being part of the program. We're having a great time and going till 5:30. So we've got an hour left in the show. Thank you for being part of it. We've got a fully funded show, so everything else that filters in just goes till tomorrow. Let's kick in this next one here. Where is this one? So, saying that they are deeply ashamed, another major UPenn backer halts donations and calls on other Jews to do the same. Look, guys, I get that you want to take a side, but I'm just saying, using your money is just, again, kind of a... Guys, we can't give them any more cash, all right? They're not... It's okay when they're pushing all the stuff that we like, but now they're pushing stuff we don't like. So, alrighty. So, venture capitalist David Megerman is the latest donor, or latest major donor, to the University of Pennsylvania, cutting off financial support to the Ivy League school, and he's calling for all self-respecting Jews to do the same. Hedge fund billionaire Cliff Asness... Why? You already run a hedge fund. You're a billionaire. You want your last name to be Asness. Asness. Cliff Asness. It's pronounced Dumas. Cliff Asness, another major backer of UPenn, is similarly halting donations. Yeah, Cliff Asness says, yeah, you can take it right out of my assness. A growing list of high-profile donors have pulled their funding from the prestigious university, arguing that UPenn leaders did not go far enough to condemn a multi-day Palestine Rights Literature Festival that took place last month on campus. So wait a minute, you're saying we have to take away the money because they dared to promote that Palestinian people deserve right? Look, dude, I get it if they're jumping around celebrating attacks on civilians, you got to have an issue with that. I understand. If you got to be like, hey, man, I have an issue with that. I'm not going to support this institution because, again, I have an issue with that. I understand. But the whole like, no, I'm taking my money and I'm asking for everyone else that has money. We're all taking our money because we don't like what you're doing. And by the way, again, nobody looks good in this. Every time I do a story for this, nobody looks good. I thought this was at least going to be a cut and dry, straightforward, like, oh, the things started heating up in Israel, and now they're, I have an issue. No, it's literally, hey, last month you guys dared to say you deserve rights. Again, I don't know why anyone would think the Jewish people are bad or that the not the Jewish people, forgive me. That's a misnomer. I misspoke. I don't know why anyone would think the Israel people are bad or that the Palestinians would have any reason to want to fight for their... Again, I'm not saying what they're doing is okay, but I can understand how it gets there when apparently you're like, all right, we got to cut the support for the school. All the funding's got to go to the point where I can't speak straight because, again, they dared to say that for a whole week, you deserve rights. Pfft. Over my dead body. Well, you have a deal. What? Alrighty, so the simmering resentment turned to a boil in the wake of Hamas attacks on Israel, and the growing number of donors have lashed out against the university's handling of anti-Semitism. Okay, look, I will completely say if you are supporting Hamas and their attacks, that can be argued as anti-Semitism. Okay, fine. But when you're saying that Palestinian Rights Literature Festival is anti-Semitism, you're literally saying that they just dare to have a festival about deserving rights. That's not anti-Semitic unless you're saying that them having rights is somehow anti-Semitic. Like I said, it just seems like every time we dig into this one, nobody's a winner. Nobody's a good guy. Nobody. Oh, it's a kick in the dick. Alrighty, so, porn star gets a massage. Come and see it. I don't know. Top daily content. How about you go after yourself? Chevy JB, if you want to exercise your mod privileges, feel free to do it whenever. I mean, nothing's really happening on the Rumble chat, so I'm not too worried about it. But we have all 3 chats up. If you want to chime into the show, Twitch, YouTube, Rumble, feel free to do it. We've got all the chat donation things up. If you go donate to the show, go to tomorrow. Let's get into our next story here. Because, again, the final thing on the Israel thing. You wanted to pull your support and your funding because they had a Palestinian Rights Festival. And things came to a head when Hamas attacked. Okay, I get it. I can understand. But why are they not allowed to have a festival that says they deliver? Do they not deserve rights? I mean, rights are a slippery slope. Next thing you'll say is they deserve a place to live. I mean, that's what you think. Where is? All right, enough. I only know one half Jewish person. He's cool. I think I heard him say. I heard you say his name in the chat a bit ago, but I'm certain he doesn't care about Israel and would rather see America get taken care of first. Look, I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care about Jewish people overall. I mean, I make jokes and stuff because I have fun. I fuck around. But overall, with the Israel-Palestine thing, like I said, I'm not saying who should be there or what. I'm saying nobody in that whole conflict looks like a good guy. Everybody's dirty. And I end up on it just going, you know what? How about we just fence the whole thing off? Nobody gets it anymore. For hundreds of years, we've done nothing but fight over this stupid piece of dirt. So since none of us can behave like adults, nobody gets it, all right? It doesn't belong to anybody. We don't get to, no more pilgrimages to the Holy Land and none of that stuff. None of this, no. The whole thing's fenced off, and we literally don't allow a single living human being there at all. I feel like that would get the message across. Maybe we could grow up at that point, but good luck getting that to happen. Rusty Grammar. I agree. Vacate the premises. Right? Falling the Great. You see this? It means not welcome, and holds up a $100 bill. Oh. All right. Time for the 189th crusade. I mean, I don't want a crusade. Oprah is judging you. Everyone's judging me. All I'm saying is, like I said, nobody, Christians, Muslims, Jewish people, everybody in that area of the world has behaved completely without regard for what they're doing. And they justify it with the hey, but my and I'm not saying this to be belittling. I apologize. My invisible man says that this is the one spot on the entire ball that we're sitting on. This is the one spot that matters. And so it's just like, if everybody's going to fight, then nobody. Look, I grew up in a family of 5. When my parents had to put up with 3 or 4 of us starting to argue and bicker over shit, it was very quickly solved with the, all right, how about nothing? Now you all get nothing. And we learned very, very quick, how about we just don't complain to anybody and we solve all of our shit by ourselves? I mean, I feel like that would go a lot better. We would not be having this happening with articles being published. And, oh, they're lying and saying Hamas did this, and Hamas is going, oh, Israel's lying and saying that they did that, or we did this. No. They would not do any of that shit. No, guys. If we get everyone's attention, they're going to kick us out. So how about we keep this between us? You know, like we'll meet at 7:30 at this corner of town, and we'll, like fucking West Side Story, get the knives out. We're going to solve this thing. I mean, that's how well it could go. That's how well it could go. If we just kick Hulk Hogan can do to Hamas v. Israel like he did to 9/11, just destroy the land, the fighting is over. I mean, maybe. But I hate to say this, and I'm not a super big Hulk Hogan fan or Mark, but I hate to say this. I don't think the Hulkster's got it in him anymore, man. Like, no offense. I think those days are behind the Hulkster. I think and you know what? He's earned his rest. All right, let him have it. It doesn't look that nice of a place to live anyway. I mean, it never has. I've never seen a picture of the Holy Land, and I thought, you know what? I'd love to live there. I'd like to go there. I've never even seen a picture of these religious sites, shrines, towns, whatever, and thought, yeah, I want to go there. I always see it and I thought, wow, thank God my ancestors went, fuck this place. I'm going somewhere nicer. He just needs a few big mushrooms. He will be good. Are you talking about dicks? It looks like Southern Nevada. Rusty Grammar. Zoot. Rusty Grammar, I spent a significant amount of time in Nevada. That doesn't help. In fact, that further makes my point of why would you go there? Why, in the name of Jesus's taint, would you go there or choose to live there? Or more importantly, fight over getting to stay there? Just, oh... And Hogan needs a big steel chair, too. That will get the job done. Okay. Oh, come on, guys. Everyone likes sand, but Skywalker? Mr. Q, wait a minute. What? Everyone likes sand, but Skywalker. I'm confused. We need to put that fence around the White House. Oh, it already has one. Thank you, Atomic Ray. Thorne, better late than never. At least I didn't miss the show. You certainly didn't. Thank you for being here, Thorne. We've got an hour left in the program because we've managed to squash our relatively low goal today. And we're going all the way till 5:30. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of the show. After that, feel free to catch me tomorrow morning on the Steel Toe Show. And then, of course, we'll be back here as well. We have a couple more stories and stuff to get into, and then I have a whole shit ton of stuff to burn through for overtime. And I don't even know if we'll get to that because, again, we have a few things to get to before we even reach the overtime portion of content. Can Joe Biden bombed their pleas? That would be great. I'm going to think about that one for a minute. No idea what you're asking about, buddy. I got nothing. Anyways, let's keep going. I'll be out tomorrow, so missing Steel Toe, but this show is good, so yee. Well, hey, man, glad to have you here. Sorry you're going to miss Steel Toe. It's going to be a good time. I'm going to be there. I don't mean to pull my own pud, but I'm not too bad at it. I've been getting better. All right, so let's get into this next thing here quick. I am You know, I've never considered myself much of a person chasing the gilf, so to speak. But J.K. Rowling is just saying and doing more and more things that are giving me a quasi boner for her, if you will. If you haven't heard, one of the new things taking place in Britain. The Labour Party in the UK has recently proposed a law that would make calling someone by the wrong pronouns, meaning you call someone who identifies as a woman, a he, or someone who identifies as a they, them, a she, or a he, if you call them the wrong pronouns, the labor union in the United Kingdom wants that to be a hate crime. So using, like, oh my God, you misgendered me. That's a hate crime. You should go to jail. You should be held accountable, because just don't talk to people. Much simpler. Right, Small Egg Picker? It would be much simpler. But that's not what they're doing. Because, again, we can't have people that have these problems being identified. They can't have this issue. They need to have everyone agree with them and do it their way. So they've kind of done this thing. These lovely, lovely people. They've kind of done this thing where, again, hate crime for the wrong pronouns, punishable by up to 2 years in prison. You know, because if you accidentally call a he, him, a her, or a she, her, a him, or a they, them, a fucking chalupa, if you should use the wrong terminology, you should be in prison for 2 years. Now, a lot of people feel like, what if you call them a bitch? J.K. Rowling can go fuck herself, says Saint Caesar. I have no idea what problem you have with J.K. Rowling. Like I said, I was staunchly IDGF, IDGAF, I suppose, about J.K. Rowling. I was very much, and not just because she has my first two initials. But I was very much like, I don't care, because I just didn't care. But she's been coming out more and more against the, as some people call them, the Rainbow Party, or whatever you want to call the group. She's been coming out more and more against those people. So when this law came out, she posted this on Twitter, or X. Twitter. I'm calling it Twitter. She posted this picture, which says, "Repeat after us. Trans women are women." And when she posted that picture, she posted it on Twitter with simply no period. Now, people called her out on it, saying that is a 2-year prison sentence with these new laws coming out. Not being willing to do that means 2 years in prison. To which she replied, "I'll happily do 2 years if the alternative is compelled speech and forced denial of the reality and importance of sex. Bring on the court case, I say. It'll be more fun than I've ever had on the red carpet." And quite frankly, just for having that, like, dude, I'm, like I said, I'm kind of like, hey, that just, 2 days in jail would suck ass. 730 days is brutal. Right, Rusty Grammar? 2 days in jail for the, again, hate crime of misgendering someone. This whole hate crime thing. Like, committing a crime is somehow worse because you have hate in your veins when you do it. This whole hate crime thing has been a slippery slope that we've used to take things that aren't actual crimes. Again, does anyone else remember the old adage, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me? I remember growing up being made fun of for letting people's words hurt me, being routinely told by parents, adults, everyone that, hey, buck up, kiddo, they're just words. You can move on. this weird thing that we have completely 180'd now, and it's like, not only can words hurt, you have to realize words can be more damaging than actual violence. Like, if you stab somebody, they might die, but if you hurt them with their words, they might live with it. And that's not a joke anymore. People actually believe that shit. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me. Yes, that's the other one that I learned in my dating profile. Grinder. Anyways, I agree on the Owen one. The Enrique one is more complex. Wait a minute, what? I'm not sure where we're at. Owen has to serve 60 days for a free speech violation. Define that. It's not even a crime. Enrique Tarrio is serving 22 years for J6, and he wasn't even in the same state. Right? Yeah, The Enrique one is more complex. How is it more complex? The guy wasn't in the state, and here's my thing with the whole January 6th thing. We know way too much information about people involved with it that have nothing to do with Trump or the Trump people, that have nothing to do with the whole thing that kicked off in the first place. Too many people involved with inciting it, like Ray Epps, have not even suffered any consequences other than jaywalking. Right. Everybody that went into the Capitol was a horrible terrorist, but the guy getting all of us to go down there, the guy urging people to cross the barriers, the guy urging everyone to do it, the guy bragging about starting everything to his friends or to his nephew or whatever through a text message, that guy is not guilty of anything. Right. I'm sorry. I've seen too much information to buy that bullshit. I've seen too much to buy. So as far as the January 6th thing, I've seen too much other shit happen that we didn't punish people for. So I'm just, I am so over January 6th. So done with January 6th. My brother got a week suspended from work for misgendering a person who switches genders. So glad I'm like Bin Laden staying in my cave away from this BS. He's pro-LGBT too, would be mental if he got arrested, and not me. Interesting times ahead. Interesting that Small Egg Picker has to always use the at for the A. It's a little confusing for a second, and then when you get it, and you, yep, and then, yeah. Johnny, you are a female. Get over it and live your feminine life as I see you are, says Atomic Ray. You are a female and ugly. Look, here's the reason why I know I'm not a female. If I was a female, there would be one thing and one thing only I'd be doing.
I was fixing my coochie lips.
Because let's face it, man, I wouldn't, you know what, no matter what, man, I don't care, it's in my bag.
I was fixing my coochie lips. It's not my bag, that's not a bag, that's my fucking coochie lips hanging out.
And that's why I gotta fix them. I couldn't get enough. 22 is outrageous for a sentence. 22 years is outrageous for a sentence, especially, again, we're holding this person accountable for stuff that happened in a place where this person was not. Now, if you're saying that Enrique Tarrio was calling people to action and ordering people to do stuff, maybe. But, again, the thing that I land on with January 6th is we took a group of agitated people, a group of people who seemed to feel betrayed by the system, and we used the system to fuck them over even more. And it's become more and more obvious as time has gone on, as more and more days, weeks, and months have gone on, it's become more and more obvious that a lot less of the people and a lot more of the government was involved, which is why I don't believe Donald Trump organized this whole thing and all of these civilians were such huge risks. But then at the other stuff, Ray Epps still not in jail. Because again, Spy Pigeon, Ray Epps was doing his job. And thank you, just got off work. Happy to see you, Spy Pigeon. Private corporations run the prisons. They must be wanting more profit. Yeah, that's another problem I have with Donald was misled, in my opinion. Donald was misled. The American people have been continually misled about it because, again, one side of the news organization out there just blatantly runs it as it was a terroristic threat on American soil. Another side runs it with, well, January 6th was a thing that happened. And if you actually pay attention to this stuff, it seems like a lot of people who a group of the government wanted to make look like demons and villainize, it seems like they kind of helped the situation along. Did Donald Trump supporters enter the Capitol? Yeah. But did they get motivated by clearly government agents like Ray Epps? Duh. So, again, same with Chauvin. St. Floyd died from poor life decision-making. Granted, Chauvin is still garbage. He shouldn't have let him back out of the squad car. That isn't murder. Again, none of that I feel is murder. When they talk about the police dropping the ball, they didn't put Narcan on the dude. But again, we could be here all day arguing about all that stuff. I don't really want to jump in on all of that now. We got a half hour left. Is it worth doing? We've got this story about over 180 risky interactions with the Chinese aircraft over the last 2 years. I don't know if I want to do the DOD thing. I don't think I want to do the DOD thing. Let's skip that and cover this one instead. Scholastic. You guys remember Scholastic going to school and stuff? They did the book drives and all that stuff. You could get the magazines that you could order more books on. Scholastic, a very interesting thing here because they're facing backlash. The Everybody Should Read Books group is facing backlash, and I'm wondering if any of you can guess what they're facing backlash over. They're facing backlash over a particular problem. And I'm just gonna have a little bit of this and see if I remember them, says Riding Dirty Llama. Yeah, let's see if Alphabet Soup Group. Rusty Grammar got it. That's right. So Scholastic is facing backlash over their new decision to move some books dealing with LGBTQ and race issues into an optional book collection for school book fairs at elementary schools around the country this year. Scholastic, backlash for not having gay transforming sex freak books. Actually, Jack and Cough, half right. They're getting backlash for having those books, but having to put them in a special group called Diversity Opt-Out. I don't know why it's called Diversity Opt-Out. That sounds like a horrible name. Ding, ding. Ding, ding. Suck my dick. I'm not here to do this. I'm here to do my thing. You can fuck off. Alrighty, so again, USA Today reported several librarians and best-selling authors condemned Scholastic on social media, accusing them of caving to political pressure with the opt-out. One middle school librarian in Louisiana even threatened to cancel the annual book fair over the controversy. Can I say that they're caving to political pressure if they endure your fucking bullshit? Is it weird? It's weird how it's caving to political pressure when it's appeasing the majority, but when it's appeasing a niche group, it's not caving to political pressure. And again, the problem they're having is the books that a lot of us don't want involved there have to do with subjects kids shouldn't be exposed to yet. But again, a lot of the people who want to indoctrinate your children don't want you to expose them to ideas when their brains are willing to handle them and able to ask, constructive criticisms. It's much easier to go, no, you're white, so you're automatically guilty. No, you don't know what gender you are yet. Your body is no deciding factor. Spy Pigeon, books are for nerds. I mean, I wish. I got to figure out which one of these to loosen to get this thing to work right, because it's being a bitch. All right, how about those weirdos pushing Take this broomstick with rusty nails attached. Oh, Jack and Coffin. Whoa, man. I just shot a booger out of my nose. Thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome, Rusty Grandma. Sparkle fart. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where's it? You want the sparkle fart one? Boop, boop, boop.
Well, sparkle farts, all things being equal, you are technically correct.
So, let's get into this. Writer and Scholastic employee Olivia Wolfgang Smith called her employer's decision cowardly, demoralizing, and harmful in her post on X. PEN America also said in a statement that they were dismayed by the move and urged Scholastic to explore other options to avoid being an accessory to government censorship. However, Scholastic defended their decision while bemoaning state laws that put restrictions on certain books for young readers. The biggest misconception is that Scholastic Book Fairs is putting all diverse titles into one optional case. This is not true. In any school, in any location where we serve, the publisher wrote in a statement. Some states have passed laws prohibiting sexually explicit books and the teaching of critical race theory to young children in public schools. And before I finish reading the article, I want to pause to say one thing. That's the right move. Again, I don't know if you guys can handle this or not, but the kids are too young to handle this topic. It's really, really weird. The adults are being childish and not understanding the fact that the children are not adult enough to handle the material. It's not the right time. You get plenty of time to throw your bullshit at them later. Let them be kids right now. Bemoaning. What a great word. I bemoan this entire timeline. I mean, bemoaning is a weird word to pick given the subject matter we're talking about. They bemoaned the decision. Given some of the natures of the books, I feel like anything with the word moaning in it, probably a bad call. But you never know. Alrighty, so there is now enacted or pending legislation in more than 30 U.S. states prohibiting certain kinds of books from being in schools, mostly LGBTQIA plus titles and books that engage with the presence of racism in our country. Yeah, that second one is they keep threading that second one in there because, again, the first one's really the problem, the LGBTQIA plus. And again, it's not government censorship. It's the rest of us going, hey, can you stop trying to talk to our kids about their fucking privates? Can you stop trying to get our kids to read books about how you felt you were gay and how great it is to take a dick in the ass or whatever these books are about? We keep reading excerpts and hearing excerpts about the horribly explicit stuff in these books, and all we're saying is it's not for children. Oh God! Can we just start calling these people that backlash? Can we just start saying pro pedophiles have come out? I'm tired of not being able to sexualize children. I'm trying to your kids. Damn it! See, if you came out and you just said it like that, I'd have more respect for you because at least you're being honest. And then two, I'd still tell you to, as Saint Caesar loves to hear, I'd still tell you,
go fuck yourself,
and not my kids. Also, why do we cater to 0.2% of the population over 99.8? Like I just said earlier, Rusty Grammar, how is it caving to political pressure to appeal to the majority of people, and it's not caving to political pressure to appeal to a niche group of people when they have, again, political and social backing from a variety of people? It seems weird. Like I said, I think on the other show, it's always caving to political pressure and all that shit. It's always when it's not your thing. When it's your thing, it's doing the right thing. When it's the other guy's thing, it's caving to political pressure. It's using bylines or whatever, fucking using everyday slogans or whatever the fucking shit they want. You're just saying things to get people's to make people like you. Right, because when you want to get elected, you don't want to be popular. You're saying populist things like thank you, Johnny. Better with the crowd reaction, says Saint Caesar. I mean, yeah, it's not bad. But as I said, the overall thing with this is, again, the argument isn't that these books shouldn't be allowed. The argument, and I hate that this is an argument, the argument is it's not appropriate for the kids. And we're not apparently allowed to call out the people like, but no, when I was a kid, I needed these books. Like, yeah, that's a very much you thing. Most people don't need these books. And may I point out, you didn't have these books when you were a kid, and you did all right. Yeah, but when I was a kid, I really needed a book that went into depth about talking about meeting men on Grindr and taking dick and being okay with it. Wait a minute, what? Why do you need a book like that as a child? And more importantly, why do children need those books? Because it's so hard to make... Oh, I'm not going to admit that. Again, it feels like you guys just want to just make sexualizing children okay. And if you don't, that's fine. Again, I don't see why. Again, nobody's saying that these books can't be made available. No one's saying that kids can't have access to these books. We're saying that maybe it shouldn't be publicly funded institutions and things. Maybe it should be the parents. And spoiler alert, if you don't think it's already happening, I guarantee you that LGBTQIA plus mom and dad are going out and buying these books. You need to read this just in case you're gay. I'm like, no, Mom, I'm pretty sure I don't like dudes. Well, you never know, because women are... You never know. Straight people are breeders. Don't be a breeder. Dirty breeder. All right, nice at Thorn. All right, let's check in. Let's check what's going on with everyone. I'm also drinking Sam Miguel at the moment and playing PS2 games on my Stream Deck. Well, awesome, Saint Caesar. Hope you're having a great time. Was fill some holes at Thorn. I just started. Amazi, what's Thorn talking about? Now I gotta get. That's so 2022. I'm behind in the chat. This is getting weird. I haven't fallen behind the chat in a long time. In kindergarten, I picked up the Anarchist Cookbook at the book fair. Never looked back. Spy Pigeon, the Anarchist Cookbook isn't a real book. Was the Anarchist Cookbook ever actually published? I don't think the Anarchist Cookbook was ever actually published. I feel like that was a not real book. If you found an actual copy of the Anarchist Cookbook, it was, again, an assembled book of, from what I understood, the Anarchist Cookbook in any real form was like hand assembled. It's real. I have a copy. I'm not saying it isn't real. Was the Anarchist Cookbook was the Anarchist Cookbook banned? All right, so was the Anarchist Cookbook? While having concerns about the text, the FBI concluded that it could not be regulated as it was published through mass media. Furthermore, the FBI ruled that the Anarchist Cookbook does not incite forcible resistance to any law of the United States and therefore protected under the First Amendment. All right, was the Anarchist Cookbook formally published? Formally published. All right. He was unable to stop the publication of the Anarchist Cookbook. Copyright has been issued to the original publisher, and subsequent publishers that purchased the rights have kept the title in print. Renounced his book in 2013. Piece calling for the book to quickly... What? I want to... When was the originally... All right, so never mind. January of 1971. The Anarchist Cookbook...
I feel strangely drawn to its presence.
Good to see everybody from Jimmy's channel. David Chandler 1 jumping in saying raid. Good to see you, David Chandler, everybody. Welcome. Dear Butch and everybody else. Mike Oxball, good to see you, Mike Oxball, and everybody else. Mikey Oxball. Nice. Fun. Wake Jimmy. Hey Johnny. Hey Jimmy. Good to see you, man. I miss doing the game streaming stuff. I like doing this show, but yeah, I miss doing the game streaming stuff, man. I haven't gotten to hang out with you in a while. Glad to see everybody.
Hello, motherfucker.
Everybody correcting me on that thing earlier. That oh Jesus Christ, David Chandler. Holy shit, I got to get the cowbell out now. Again, kicking everything into tomorrow for 10 gifted subs from David Chandler. Let's first of all, let's get of course.
Guess
We'll be
what?
dead now if it wasn't my David.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Let's roll that cowbell for those 10 gifted subscriptions from David Chandler. Thank you so much for supporting the program, David. Hey-o.
Hey, laser lips. Your mama was a snowblower.
Fall in the grave. Penis for me and a penis for you. Thank you very, very much. Because the pussy ain't shit. All right, yeah, we'll play that in a second. I think we're going, thanks, DC, says Mikey Oxmall. Yes, thank you, everybody. Super awesome. David is the man. Indeed, Thorne. And one more gifted sub or 100 bits away from a hype train if we want to do that. Love to see everybody for this last half hour. I just learned that the Anarchist Cookbook is an actual thing, and you can get it on Amazon.com. Holy shit.
Here comes a train, a busy little train, rushing up and down on the daisy line. Mummies and daddies, the grandpas and the grannies, everyone's aboard on the 809. Here comes a train, and here comes driver 10 too. Wah-hey! Here it comes, here it comes, here comes the train today. Here comes a train!
All right, so now we're doing a...
Cheer 100, a penis for you, a penis for me.
That sounds hilarious, says Thorne. The song or me doing it? We'll play that thing in a minute. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm stoked
Party
at the
100.
Thank you for the 100 bits, dear Butch. Thank you, everyone. We're at level 3 of a hype chain, 25% of the way through. Thank you so much. All of this already. We've already matched today's goal, so everything going in is... oh, shit, that's the wrong screen. That's the DJ screen. Everything going in goes towards tomorrow's goal, so thank you so much. Probably knocking tomorrow's goal out today, which I love. I'm for. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a piece of shit for this. I'm, like, seriously considering spending the fucking $27 and getting the hardcover Anarchist Cookbook.
Guess what?
Thank you, David Chandler. Another gifted sub.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Giving that to Thorne. Thank you for, again, another gifted subscription to the channel. Cowbell coming in once again for David Chandler. Hey-o! Thank you so very much for support. I, again, can't believe that that's a real book. Like, all right, I worked with a Navy chef who said that the Anarchist Cookbook, like, real versions of it aren't, like, published print versions. Real versions have shit you wouldn't see in it, like how to make napalm and just various things about, like, explosives and stuff. I don't know. First time chat from Torin 1978 saying, hi, hey, man, good to see you. Thank you for joining us from the raid. Thorne saying, David, thank you. You're too kind. Yes, David, thank you so much for supporting all this stuff. Johnny, this book is great.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Should I just keep it in my hand? All right, so for another 10 gifted subscriptions, we'll ring the cowbell again for David. Thank you so much. All the way through level 3. We're going through into level 4. I thought it was a weed book. Dude, the Anarchist Cookbook is, in my opinion, as someone else said, Fall in the Great saying, Johnny, this book is great and teaches you many useful things that can be useful in times of anarchy, but sadly will not teach you how to make magic legs. I know, for that I need to learn to be like Tony Stark. I'm so fucked. Cowbell for... I'm flustered. Cowbell for David. Hey. All right, so let's do some fun now that we've had that. We've got this hype train at level 4 at 82%. Let's do like a video thing. We got done with the, we didn't do the Chinese thing. I don't want to do the Chinese. Oh, Jesus. I got to stop putting it down.
The only prescription.
All right, where's, he's just making me work out my arms. It's like jerking off, only now I have money at the end of it. And there's no jizz. It's just really winners in every way but one. Thank you so much again, David Chandler, again, busting out the subs and being a super duper awesome dude, pushing this hype train through level 4. I have some controlled burns to get out of the way for that, too. Again, thank you, David. Hey, alrighty, and Small Egg Pecker, good to see Johnny getting the recognition he deserves. I mean, I don't want too much recognition. As far as I know, God thinks we got it done the first time, and if he figures out I'm still here, I'm fucked. So let's keep that one under our hats. All right, so man claiming he was targeted by a bird.
Guess what?
Oh Jesus, I
got a fever.
Jesus
And the only
Christ.
prescription
David Chandler
is
going
cowbell.
crazy on the chat today, or on the show today. Let's ring that cowbell again for thank you. You'd
all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
Gonna break my arm. It's awesome. It's super awesome. Overtime fun is secured. Dude, overtime's been secured since before the hype. Like, overtime for the week is secured for sure. I'm pretty sure. I love man asses. All right. Fine. You know what? Since the hype train's happening and Fallen the Great can't get it out of his head and he's got it going in mine at this point, let's again look this up. No, I have to type his GA in. It's right there at the top.
100 David makes me moister than an oyster that my date ate.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
He's making me switch fucking arms, all right? Ring for beer. Well, hey, we have a beer, but we got to ring it because David's being super duper awesome today at the show. Hey-o! Oh, working up a sweat. All right, so here we go. We're going to do this video to celebrate the hype train. And for those of you who haven't seen it, it is Oliver Anthony's hit song. Take it away, Oliver Anthony. Boop, boop, boopity boop.
I've been selling my hoe, sucking all day, overtime hours for being real gay, so you can see that I'm queer, so don't be afraid. Knock that hole and blow my homies away. I'm so damn gay, and I don't want boobs. The beat is for me, the beat is for you. Wish I could fuck some butt in a room full of dudes, judges, living in the gay world. I'm a homo, 'cause gay men north and gay men, they all know what no one's born to have the way with my hoe, 'cause it's clean and don't stink. Wanna blow on some dudes till the cream starts to flow, and I don't want some boobs, 'cause the pussy ain't shit, and the crab's on your end of the man's ass, of the man's ass.
I love the song. This is my kind of music. I can listen to this sort of stuff all day. Just a guy with a beard standing in the woods.
Alrighty. Fucking A. I can't get through my day now without just walking through my house at some point, living in the gay world. Like, I'm going to clip that after this show is over. This is getting as gay as Aaron in April, says Mr. Q. I'm sorry, all right? I'm sorry. I love how Johnny knows the words. I know almost all the words. I get mixed up a little bit in the middle there. But yeah, unfortunately, I know a lot of the words. I've kind of sung along to this song a few times, all right? It's happened more than once. All right, let's pull up some fun shit. Let's not even bother with the story stuff that we have. We'll keep all of that up for there. Let's pull up some... Let's drop that. Let's do some fun stuff for the overtime thing. We're at level 7, 16% of level 7 of a hype train. We're keeping that because I got to get a sound clip out of that later. And then I got to, again, clip a couple sounds out of that song. I think I need to send somebody that. We discussed that on the Steel Toe show today, so I don't even want to bother going through that one. All right, now we got to have somebody in here that's a winner. Where we at? Oh, God, yes. Okay, so we're talking about you, and we're back on the winners train, so then we're going to you, and Let's, there we go. You, I think, are a good one as well. Come on. Don't highlight it. I want to click it. Click it. All right, and then... Oh, shit. That one's going to be a while, though. I don't know if we have time to get through that. So let's load a few of these. We'll go for the quick hitters first. And, oh, God, yes, we're playing that one because that one's going to be... Why is... No, it's not supposed to... Oh. Okay, so I clicked my own thing. It's like, how did I end up on my show? That doesn't make any sense. All right, where are we at? There we are. This should be enough for now, and if not, we'll figure it out. We'll load... Oh, we already played this one.
Little 1478 VIP Forever Cheer 313.
Indeed. Long live Redbeard. We'll load this one up on the back end. That should be good. All right, let's go. Doot. We did the Oliver Anthony one. I might play that at the end. All right, let's go here. Let's go to this one. I love that people don't ever wonder, hey, am I literally being a stereotype? Because as we have here, we have a collection of people. Thank you, David Chandler, for, again, the 313 and the check mark. Long live the memory of our fallen friend, Redbeard. And thank you so much for David, for supporting so many programs, this one and so many others. Thank you very, very much. Also sent a... all right, we better check that, too, so we know where everything's at. Nert. I think we're good. Holy Jesus. Alrighty, so we're all right. I think we're good. Show speed is funny in clips. I show speed. All right. Once again, we've said it a bunch, and I want to get actually into doing the show for the last 15, 20 minutes. But again, thank you so very much, David Chandler.
You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
Your support keeps this channel and many going, and thank you for being that man. I truly appreciate it. The guy on screen. Oh, okay. This guy is... Yeah, well, this is a clip. The clip that I'm playing... Okay, yeah, I should have looked at the bottom. The clip that I'm playing is Who's the Bark Boss? Like I said, just play it.
This is Pablo. You can back with him. Why are you scared now?
All right, one, the way he walked up and... like, leaned in on him was weird. Like, this is Pablo. Do you guys just... All right. Anyways, the part, like I said, now, this would be a part where you don't, like I said, don't ask yourself, hey, is this being a stereotype?
Bark all the time. Yeah.
Again, he's barking really bold for the fact that the dog isn't allowed to actually charge him. Again, the dog's choosing to leave because he can't get in any further forward, and he still wants to get at it. So again, what is the point of this? You're saying this guy is funny. No, I meant an actual penis. Oh, wait a minute, what? Even the dog's like, what the fuck? Yeah, the dog's like, okay, what's the point of this? I understand barking's my thing, but isn't he supposed to be above this?
Barking fine, okay? 1, 2, 3.
He started whining. And now he's going... All right, I'm sorry. Is he going to kiss the dog? Now he's whining, drugs, LOL. Yeah, drugs is one way to explain it. Again... I feel like at a certain point, one of you has to F the other. Establish dominance.
Yeah.
You didn't win. You whimpered at the dog, and the dog got bored.
Yeah.
Even the dog's like, wait a minute, what's going on? I wasn't allowed to do anything. This is animal cruelty. The dog can't get away from the insane people, right? He can't get away from the insane people, and he can't attack. He's just allowed to sit there and bark. He's like, this is going nowhere. All right. Please don't do this, says Thorne. Fall in the Great saying, I just sent Gay Man north of to my dad. By the way, my dad loved you Hogan grilled cheese bit. Yeah, Aaron and me doing the Hogan sucks at making grilled cheese thing is one that I personally had a lot of fun doing. I don't normally watch the clip things on the show when he posts them, but that one, the minute it came out, I'm like, yeah, I gotta watch that again. That was a good time. And indeed it was.
Cheer 100 dicks up for DC.
Thank you, Labglass, for supporting the show. Huge support of the show, Labglass. Thank you indeed. Much appreciation to David Chandler. Before we bank out here in another 13 minutes or so, let's drop this. Let's go back here. Again, I don't even want to see what happens at this point. There's another 20 seconds of video. I don't know what they could do for the... Again, you're celebrating a victory in a dog that wasn't allowed to compete.
Terrible.
Like, one of you wasn't aware that this was a competition in a game and that he just had to lean in some more. Because I feel like if he knew that... burn the ships. Wait a minute, what? I don't know what the hoodie's about here. But this is a skit from our friend Ryan Long. I don't know. Do we want to do his skit thing? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this. This came out a day ago. This is talking about a man solving Middle East by watching hours of snuff videos on X. Let's go for this.
Educating myself on the nuances of the Middle East by watching a constant stream of atrocities on X for about 8 hours a day.
Jesus.
Well, I guess I don't have to. I'm not in politics or a journalist or anything.
That is a corpse.
This is the worst one I've seen
off.
on X. Actually, this is rotten.com. Sort of interchangeable at this point. I mean, this is how you get to the bottom of things. Someone on the internet says, look at these dead babies. Then you say, well, why don't you look at these dead babies? Then they come back at you and say, why don't you look at these dead babies? Mom, I gotta put you on hold. The new corpse just dropped. I'm gonna call you back. That triggers emotions, which are actually connected to your frontal problem-solving cortex. I mean, not a lot of people know that.
Oh my God.
You know, one of the problems is that people only want to post the dead babies from their side, so you do need to make an effort to follow lots of different people from all over to make sure you're getting all the dead babies. It's hard. I mean, some of the dead babies I was looking at turned out to be fake, so now I make sure that I'm cross-checking across multiple sources to make sure that I'm authenticating the dead babies. Otherwise, you could run...
I gotta make sure that I'm authenticating the dead babies. Angry Sack saying, penis, nice. He should try that without the dog. Are you without the dog being held back? I need to read that. Yeah, like I said, that game takes an awfully big, awfully different meaning when the dog has slack on the chain.
Run the risk of getting emotional for the wrong reason. That is an atrocity. Other times you'll think you found a corpse and then it turns out it was from another year or a different war altogether. One of the corpses I was looking at turned out to be AI, and then after further research, some people are saying it's not AI, so at this point I'm only allowing myself to get 50% emotionally invested into that one. I'm gonna send that one to everybody. None of us in the posting and consuming war corpses community escapes without falling for a hoax or two at some point. A lot of people aren't cut out for this game, so they've been blocking me, especially since most of my social media following is just friends, family, or people from my softball league. Not everyone...
People from my softball league. Not everyone loves corpses.
Interested in in-depth Middle Eastern analysis. Okay, taking a break here. All right, back to work. Other people are doing research on the history of the conflict, figuring out what might be able to happen from where we're at now. If that works for them, fine. But for me, I have all the information I need right here by watching these corpses, letting them sink in emotionally to figure out what should be done. That is great.
I love it. He's just doing everybody on Twitter right now. I've been watching Twitter, and this is how we saw. Yup, this one's dead. This one needs more work. It's still gasping. Right, I mean, this baby, is that a real baby? Oh, wait, no, that's just a doll. Are we sure it's a doll? I'm going to say it's a doll. Oh, fuck. I love Ryan Long's stuff, man. This dude is hilarious. We'll finish this up. I don't want to keep washing his bit. He has a lot of funny skits. I don't play all of them. I play ones that I think are funny or relevant. We talked about the Israeli stuff, so that's how this one made it in here. But again, Ryan Long on YouTube, a funny comedian. Here we go.
Apparently Joe Biden said he was going to post 40 new dead babies, and then apparently they said they're not going to post 40 new dead babies. So I haven't been able to find those, not for lack of trying. I've been scouring the internet, refreshing all the different pages that post this type of gore. You do not want to see my search history right now. If you're interested in educating yourself, I could send you a list of people that have the good shit. Well, not the good shit, but like just, you know what I mean, the best videos of corpses. If I'm being honest with you, I still don't really know what's going on with this whole conflict, but I do know that I'm feeling pretty psychopathic. Yeah, I used to actually be pretty into snuff films, but I kind of prefer this since it's helping.
I fucking rub Ryan Long. I love Ryan Long. God, that dude is funny. Okay. Oh man. So like I said, that was one I wanted to play just because it it's relevant. Everybody's waiting in. Everybody's waiting in on the Israeli stuff and everything else. And like he said, so many of us are just fucking shooting from the hip with the videos and the information we get on social media. And I quite frankly I don't know, my opinion is my opinion. Funny, we never talked about dead children in Russia, people going to people. Thank you, Small Egg Picker. You're right, we didn't. I'm good. Can you have my penis? Wait a minute, what? Chevy JB, I don't know how that works out, but thank you for jumping in on the Rumble. Dear Butch with some nuggets in the sunglasses. Good to see people jumping in the chat. Thank you for that really amazing hype train that we weren't expecting, and just cloud nine for me. I'm feeling great, but thank you. We have a couple of other things. This SkyCorp home video is another thing I've subscribed to on YouTube because they make funny sketch videos, and they just came out with a new one from their series Welcome to the Wide World of Web called How to Message Hot Girls Online, a 90s tutorial. So I feel for a little fun winding down the day, let's take a look under memory lane, because as the title of the show was, the title of the show again, hey, wait a minute, didn't we try that already or whatever? What was it called? Fuck, I'm screwing my own show title up now. I know what it was. It was called Didn't We Do This Already? See, I was right. Didn't we do this already? So here we go. Welcome to the wide world of web. How to message hot girls online.
You got mail. A tutorial series to help you master the internet. I'm your host, Smithers O'Neill. And on today's episode, we're going to learn how to chat with women online.
I love that Smithers O'Neill looks like a weird mockery of the Apple dude, and also just he looks very questionable. This is lab glass. That was my butthole. Oh, that was so not needed. Thank you. But again, Smithers O'Neill quasi-pedo vibes, which makes the character, again, I'm assuming it's the character that he's doing. I'm not saying that this person. Fucking hilarious.
This here is Penelope. Pretty, isn't she?
Yeah, she's good.
Very, very pretty.
Why are you...
We have her added on the friends list here with our instant messenger.
Why did your mouse...
Let's open up a chat with a flirty conversation starter. A good example of this can be a nice compliment.
Your smile lights me up like a beautiful ray of sunshine. I'd send you a dozen roses, but this message will have to do, smiley face. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate.
Or a silly joke.
Excuse me, ma'am, are you providing an internet service? Because I'm feeling a connection. Oh.
Sometimes I even make myself chuckle. Let's send all of these examples to her. That way we communicate how special she really is.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Penelope won't be able to resist me now.
All right, I gotta read this. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you providing an internet service? Because I'm feeling a connection. To quote the classic Shakespeare, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Translation, your eyes light me up like a beautiful ray of sunshine. Golly gee willikers, I'd send you a dozen roses, but alas, this message will have to do. P. Or, you know, smiley face with your tongue out. Okay, so that seems like a good hit. Let's see how she took it.
Penelope won't be able to resist me now. She replied already. Looks like Big Daddy Smithers has still got it.
That's sweet, but I have a boyfriend.
How should we proceed? A. Respectfully exit the conversation. B. Call her boyfriend a closeted homosexual. C. Seduce her like the bad boy you really are. Boyfriend my butt. This is...
Call her boyfriend a closeted homosexual. Johnny, if I had 2 dozen roses and, oh, never mind. Yeah, Thorne going, option B. Yeah, I'm wondering which one he's going to pick. This is clearly a case of playing hard to get.
This is clearly a case of playing hard to get. Option C it is. Unlike your boyfriend, I would crawl through broken glass just to hear you fart through a telephone.
Okay, I'm starting to feel like either Fall in the Grate or this is hobo chili recipe. Unlike your boyfriend, I would crawl through broken glass just to hear you fart through a telephone.
Bet you my favorite cum sock will be having intercourse in no time.
I'm sorry. This dude's dropping too many lines. I bet you my favorite cum sock will be having intercourse in no time.
Bet you my favorite cum sock will be having intercourse in no time. She's laughing. This is good. Now that things are heating up, let's ask her out and get her excited with a seductive photo. This gives her something to look forward to on our date.
And he sent her a picture of him wearing no pants, a very generous censored bar with a rose in his teeth. Beautiful.
Safe intercourse, since I'm wearing a condom in the photo. Huh. Seems like she's, in a bad mood.
Pathetic.
Women
You're
can
disgusting.
be very emotional. After we had this soul-crushing response to our list of rejections, how should we proceed? A. Log off and cry yourself to sleep.
Okay.
B. Explain that her incorrect use of your is far more disgusting than your exposed genitalia.
Oh, there we go. Get her with grammar. Right? You don't like my dick? Well, you don't know how to use the English language.
C. Apologize. C is the noble path to take.
C is the noble path to take. Sorry, you're a dumb whore.
And for good measure... Oh no, she's left the chat. But we're not giving up just yet. We'll just have to get a little bit more creative. Now,
oh dear
if you'll
God.
Excuse me. I've got some work to do.
Build a page?
Say goodbye to Smithers O'Neill and hello to Henrik von Hammerschmidt. He's a 6'5" Swedish CEO of a successful logging business. In addition to being rich and hyper-masculine, Henrik also has a soft side, being quite the romantic. Remember, when being yourself doesn't work out, pretending to be somebody better will. Now let's message Penelope as the mighty Swede. Hello, how are you, beautiful? Let's see if she claims to have a boyfriend now. Just getting back from... Huh. Seems Penelope was telling the truth after all. What should we do about this? A. Run into a brick wall. B. Vent to your online friends that all the big booty bitches are taken, and you want to run into a brick wall. C. Become Penelope's close online friend.
All right, I'm going to guess that he's going to go with option C. I feel like he's going to go with option C. I really... why do we have to go running into a brick wall? That's not fair. Some of us can't run.
Well, we could always use a new friend to chat with. First, we'll establish rapport by also being in a relationship, paving the way for a flourishing online friendship. Turns out, we have a lot in common. As we chat throughout the weeks, we'll tell each other everything. Henrik is very sexually open. Much more so than her boyfriend since college, Fernando. He will eventually pick up on our long chats, growing jealous and insecure. Henrik the Hammer will dominate his feeble ego. So when things get a little too close,
he looks so creepy. This is so... Oh my God, I caught Fernando stalking your page last night. Oh, Jesus.
Comfort, we'll take a step back, allowing her to spend some quality time with her obsessive, controlling boyfriend. She will miss his musings on love in broken English, his open dialogue on intimacy. Eventually, she will come crawling back, newly single, seeking support. Coincidentally, my supermodel girlfriend will also be out of the picture. And as we continue to chat, well past the breakup, she won't be able to resist a certain confession. And boom! After only 6 months of chatting, the moment we've been waiting for is finally here. We can either A, admit the same feelings, or B, admit the truth. It's been fun, but I can't keep up this facade any longer. It's time to tell her how I truly feel. In times like these, inspiration can be found anywhere. Oh, make sure we have proper grammar.
Ha ha!
Oof, poor Penelope. As someone who's been told the exact same thing, I know that's gotta sting. Don't worry about her leaving. The wide world of web is brimming with other fish in the sea. Women waiting to be swept off their
If that
virtual
ass
feet.
jiggles, my wiener wiggles.
Taken for a cruise down the information superhighway.
Your daddy issue. You have daddy issues and will die alone.
Or falling into a pixel.
I'm naming my favorite cum sock after you.
Don't be afraid to put yourself out
Nothing like making love on top of a mountain.
there. Out in the wide world of web.
Oh my God, that dude's the best. Again, this is that is one of the sketches out of SkyCorp Home Video. They do some amazing stuff. I love SkyCorp Home Video. I am subscribed, so when this came up 4 days ago, I didn't watch it. I saved it for here because good goddamn, that is fucking funny. Oh, me. Alrighty, so all right, yeah, we saw that already. So again, we've had an amazing show, an amazing program. Thank you all for supporting it. I hope you've had as much fun as we have. It's been a goddamn good time, a privilege and a pleasure. We will be back tomorrow morning on the Steel Toe Show and tomorrow afternoon right here on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. Just Kidding LLC. So thank you. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Until tomorrow.
Game over.
Fuck off.
What the fucking fuck? Who the fuck? Fuck this fucking. How did you two fucking fucks? Fuck! Game over, man. Game over.
Go fuck yourself.